Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Season 14 Carry Tax Invitational. My name's Corelli. I'll be your host for tonight. But more importantly, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Fear, along the journey. Fear, how you doing, buddy?
Wow, I'm doing well. I mean, more importantly, that's very nice of you to say, or most importantly, it's good to be here, man. These Carry Tax Invitationals are always fun, and I'm excited. I think we have at least a couple newbies, maybe this time around as far as pros, and of course, a whole set of newbies in terms of amateurs, so I'm excited to get it going.
Yeah, we have a lot of exciting pros coming on today. Before we get to that, let's talk about what in the world the Carry Tax Invitational is. Let's take a look at our format for tonight. We will have 6 best of ones, all back to back to back to back to back to back. They will all be 2v2s. We'll have a pro and an amateur paired up in those 2v2 matches. Now, the point of this isn't to necessarily win. It's more about going for bounties and earning a little bit of money. We'll show you those bounties in a minute. We already have 4 online amateurs coming through the online qualifiers and 4 pro players. And we have a live draw later on tonight to get 2 of you from chat. That's right. You're about to see how much money these amateurs are going to make. You're going to want to be drawn to be paired up with our last 2 pros. We'll have 6 total duos tonight. And then, of course, I believe we'll finish everything off with a show match of regular 3v3 best of 5 here. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's always a ton of fun. I mean, the biggest takeaway, if this is a lot of information for you guys, pros with amateurs, the way to make money is to not win the game like you normally would, but instead get those amateurs bounties, goals. It's all about assisting the amateur, setting up the amateur. That's the real way to win, not like a regular game where you're just going for as many goals as possible.
Yeah, if you're confused, we can help you out. Let's go ahead and throw up the bounties and see how are these players going to make their money. So you can see on the left side of your screen, goals by amateurs, $150 cash every single time the amateur scores a goal. $300 if an amateur gets a demo on one of our pro players tonight. So as you can see, saves and epic saves and then pro on pro demo. If a pro demos the other pro, they'll get $50 as well. But we cannot overstate enough how much money it is for things like goals and for demos and how quickly that can add up for our amateurs.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different ways to get amateurs involved. Some of the more classic things you might think in mind is just, pros passing infield for amateurs. That's a good way to go. But there's a lot of different ways to win, and it's not necessarily correlative to the normal Rocket League abilities. Sometimes you chase stuff down and you get a couple demos, and all of a sudden you have a really good round, even though you never scored a goal for your team. So a lot of different ways to make money. Those saves usually end up just kind of being the little base layer, but it's mostly about those goals and demos.
You can see on the left side of your screen now our event schedule for tonight. You can see some of our pros and some of our amateurs. Wavy, you got AJ, Garrett G, Knight, Gyro, LJ as well. And of course, most of those guys are paired up with the amateurs already. We need 2 more on the night. We'll get into that in just a second. But something to keep in mind as well, all these are going to be 2v2. And we're only going to play 5 minutes. There will be no overtime. So, yes, the games can end in an overtime. Probably the only Rocket League event I think I've ever seen that allows ties to happen in Rocket League. So there is no overtime. Otherwise, of course, maybe these players might abuse it. Bankrupt the company, and then we'll have no more money to do more of these. And then we don't get paid. You guys don't get a show. It's really sad. So we don't want to do that. And so, yeah, 5 minutes is as long as we're going to go. If it's still tied after 5 minutes, no overtime. We just end the game, for clarity.
I don't think we've ever seen a tied cash amount, because that's kind of the real focus, more so than the game score line. Not that if the cash is scored, we'll keep going. We still won't keep going. But that's a good way to think about it if you really want your overtimes. It's not really tied. Whoever made more money, you can consume they
yeah. That's the real winner. And the fun thing is, I think everyone goes home a winner because they make a bunch of money. So, by the way, if you want to get involved, and trust me, you do, ! Enter in the chat. That's how you're going to be able to get involved for tonight. We need 2 more of amateurs from tonight. 2 more from the chat. We're picking 2 of you. ! Enter to join. You'll get paired up with 2 of our pros, or rather 1 of our pros. And you'll have an opportunity to play 2 of these best of 1 2v2 matches and make some money through the bounty. So again, that's ! Enter, get involved. Trust me, there's a lot of money running out the door tonight. You're going to want a piece of it.
Yeah, it would be crazy. If you don't get in this ! Enter, this is your opportunity right now at the early part of the show to get into this Carry Tax Invitational. There will be chances to get into future ones, but for right now, you have a slight window where you can get in this one. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it.
Speaking of getting involved and a lot of money running out the door. The Season 14 Launch Cup featuring Rocket League. It's a $10,000 prize pool from Repeat. You can enter right now if you want. 30% of the participants in the leaderboard are going to be paid out in this Launch Cup, so you absolutely want to join. It's going to be a theme tonight about all of these promotions through Repeat. There's a lot of money being given out in the prize pools, at least from Repeat. This is just one of them. They're teaming up with Rocket League now, so you absolutely want to go to the Repeat site, check it out, sign up, get involved. 10K prize pool. What's there not to love?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we are like the experts on Repeat and prize pools. It feels like after we've done so many of these Carry Tax Invitationals, they are definitely giving out a ton that you guys can get. And this is maybe one of the biggest, collaborations they've done with Rocket League in Season 14. So if there was ever a time to do it, might as well be now. But there's going to be more times in the future. Get in early, and maybe you'll get a bunch of cash.
Yeah, there's been this is what now? Our 5th Carry Tax Invitational? Something around there, 5, 6. They've been doing this for a while, once every month. I think we've done 2 in the month of March here. And now you got the $10,000 Launch Cup, too. I mean, Repeat's going crazy. There's also more money on the website that you can sign up for as well. We'll talk about that a few times tonight as well. So you're going to want to be on that Repeat site and check things out and sign up for the Rocket League stuff. So, all right, let's get into what we all came here for tonight. Let's get into our first matchup of the night. So let's meet our first team, our first pro and our first amateur. Let's see who we got on the docket. It is Wavy and Misty 101 Rose. I'm going to say Misty Rose for simplicity. I always judge our amateurs' names. I like the Misty Rose, Misty 101 Rose. That's a good name. And you got a good teammate in Wavy.
Yeah, Wavy is a guy who definitely knows how to play by himself in 1v1. Now, will he be able to play alongside Misty Rose? I think so. Wavy is a newbie in terms of a pro. Is that right?
Yeah, his first time.
I think it's his first time in the Carry Tax Invitational. We mentioned it many times that it takes a bit for the pros to maybe recognize how it's going to work, whether it's their first time playing Carry Tax or even their first time playing with their amateur to see what's going to work in terms of making them money. But Wavy, he's a guy who wants to see everybody succeed, so I think he's going to catch on quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that we're the experts at the Carry Tax Invitational, but we definitely are the experts, as we've seen most of them. And you're right. It's all about the pros setting up the amateur. That's super key. And a lot of new pros might struggle with that at first, because remember, nothing happens if pros score. They don't get any money. You see the score go up, but it doesn't really matter. You're not trying to win. So it's all about setting up your amateur. And for Wavy, he's going to have to figure that out with Misty Rose. Let's see who they're going up against in this 2v2 matchup. Let's meet our next team, Team 2. It's AJ and FS Braden. Team AJ and FS Braden. Now, AJ, I think, has done this before. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has. I think he's had at least one Carry Tax under his belt.
Yeah, he's got one. So I think he's done pretty well in the past, and we'll see what FS Braden can bring to the table. But I do think you do get a slight advantage in your first game, having a pro kind of know what they're getting into and knowing that they're going to have to be the ones to set up their amateur.
Yeah, I mean, now you asked about whether or not AJ has played before, but I actually feel like I recognize FS Braden.
I do too.
Yeah.
The name rings a bell. I don't know from where.
Yeah, I want to say it's from Carry Tax. I want to say we theorized about him being Freestyle Braden. So I think the way that a lot of these were picked up was through that previous Carry Tax Invitational tournament. So if he's been playing that on Repeat, you guys got to get in there. You guys got to start taking off some of these opportunities from FS Braden. You can't let FS Braden continue to farm all these. So you guys got to make sure you got to enter. But it's cool to see maybe a returning amateur, or maybe I'm misremembering. But if you and I both remember FS Braden, it's got to be from this. So, a repeat, a back-to-back for FS Braden. I don't think he played last tournament. Maybe I feel like he played one really early.
It does ring a bell. I don't know if I've just seen him in chat or something like that. I don't know, but he might have. But either way, you get a great teammate in AJ. So it's Team AJ and Team Wavy. Super excited to see the first match. Remember, just going to play a best of 1 2v2, no overtime, full 5-minute clock, no overtime, regular Rocket League, except that they're not trying to win. They're trying to get the bounty. So luckily, we'll have a nice little graphic that'll count up the money on each side of the screen to kind of let you know where players are at during the game, and it'll update live for you, which is some really cool tech that we got going on here. So it'll be super easy to follow along if it's your first time viewing. I know we got a lot of new people here checking out the Carry Tax Invitational. You're going to be blown away. I promise this is going to be worth your time. Sometimes, you know, these things are like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of gimmicky. No. This one's not that gimmicky. There's a lot of money here. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, and these guys need to catch on quick. Like we said, Wavy was here new. The kickoff right away is a place that really should never be handled like a regular game. There's way too much money to be grabbed in a kickoff, whether it's going for a Spanish in a demo or even just, you know, countering a Spanish with just a chip on net. I mean, there should be quick money when these people really learn how to play it, and we'll see if that happens with some newbies, you could argue, on Wavy's side versus what might be a team full of veterans now for the Carry Tax on AJ's side. But we could see some record-breaking rounds. Do we want to bring up last week where we broke the record?
We might as well. We might as well talk about how much money 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? A couple weeks ago, we had our last Carry Tax Invitational. It was $2,460 in just one game. Now, remember, everyone gets 2 games. So that was just one, right? It was just one game that person got $2,460. Incredible. Yeah. That's just one game. So, and most of these players, the player on the other side of that game walked away with like $1,000 in just that game alone too. They also had a great game, just not as amazing. But yeah, there's a ton of money. We've seen players get $1,500, $1,700, $1,800 as well. I don't know how this thing's funded. I don't know where the money comes from. There's so much money going to our amateurs.
Yeah, and I'm getting the sense that a few more people are tuning in, by the way. !enter, I think, should be working in the any chat that you're watching this event from. You can join today. You just heard that. $2,000 in a single game, best of 5, playing alongside your pros where they try and set you up. !enter, everybody, because there's at least 2 people that are going to get picked from chats today to play in this event. You're going to want to be one of those people.
Yeah, we're going to keep shouting it out because we know people are watching. A lot of people are watching today, and I don't envy the people who have to go through and pick because I think there's going to be a lot of people, especially after you see this first game. Players are still getting into the lobby and everything, so we'll get that situated. But once you see this first game and the money that some of these guys are going to walk away with, you're going to be like, man, I got to sign up, and you got to sign up quick because there's going to be a lot of signups tonight.
So usually what we see in these games, we should be getting started here soon, is people play them out regular for a bit, but it usually devolves in the last minute or so to just sniping for demos. And I think we have at least a couple more chats that are involved today. And I know you talked about last time, or at least I talked about how my chat is amazing, and when they get picked in the raffle, they came and pop off. So a couple more chats can try and see if they can hang with mine. I still think that my chat's one of the higher rated chats out there on Twitch. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys have a chance to disprove me today, but I think you know who's watching today. What do you think? My chat better than these guys?
I don't know, Fear. I don't know. I don't know what your chat's like. I don't know. I don't know how good people's chats are. We're gonna find out. We'll have to. You know what we'll do is we'll need to track down who came from what chat. That's what we'll do on our 2
we didn't know that.
entrants today. Where they came from whose chat. Hopefully they'll let us know in maybe that person's chat or something where they came from, so you can represent. And we'll see. I mean, I will give it to you, Fear. Your chatters, they were pretty good last time. They were pretty good. What would you say, like Champ 3, GC1, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a couple different times that my chat entered. I think not last time. They were probably GC1 range, but I think 2 times ago I swear we had like an SSL. We had the guy who was like clipping on his own and not using any help from the pros. So I see Alpha Caps, his chat spamming all their current ranks. Reading through them, I'm pretty sure the average rank for mine's better. I'll just go with that without being able to fully read the poll. So well, we'll see.
The good news, Fear, is I think some people might we're talking about ranks, and some people might say, oh, I'm diamond or something like that. I'm not going to do well. No. We've had diamond, platinum players come in and walk away with thousands of dollars. So your rank doesn't matter. That's kind of the beauty of repeat and kind of their thing that they do here in Rocket League. Your rank truly doesn't matter. As long as you can hold the controller and turn the car around, you're going to walk away with some money. And we've seen diamond level players, platinum level players walk away with a good chunk of change. So don't feel like because you're not SSL, you can't join or that you can't make some money. We've seen some of our highest earners have been from diamond players. Just be there to knock that ball in, baby. That's all you got to be. is just knock it in when your pro sets you up, and of course go for those demos. Demos counting for $300 counts for so much for these players, and the pros let it happen. I mean, they're not always looking out for you, so you'd be surprised how many diamond level players are getting demos on pro players in these games.
Yeah, and I think what it comes down to is pros. Your pro teammate is very good. He's better than any teammate you've ever played with. So regardless of your rank, it's not going to take long for your pro to recognize how to make it so that you can score. So there's definitely been times. I remember Arsenal was part of a teammate with somebody who is at least high grand champ, because he recognized his teammate could go anywhere, and he started passing to him high in the air and setting up for crazy stuff like maybe he does normally in ranked. But there's been tons of times when pros recognize their teammates not getting over double jump height, which is fine. We've all been there, and they'll start feeding it on the ground or feeding them opportunities to demo. So there's always good ways to get involved when you have some of the best players. We're talking 0.0001%, players on your teammate. They're going to make it happen, and you just need to trust them. Don't leave. Don't think it's another one of your low ranked teammates. It's somebody who can literally do everything. So when they're on the ball, assume they're going to get wins. Assume they're going to get it to you. Don't rotate back. Who cares about saving stuff? Yep. Just farm more cash with your pro assisting you.
Yeah, I think that's one of our number one criticisms, especially of the amateurs coming into this, is not being aggressive. Who cares if you give up the goals? You're not trying to win. It doesn't really matter. So you want to be up there. Let your pros set you up. It's very, very important. Of course, don't forget, Season 14 Launch Cup, $10,000 prize pool. You can sign up right now on the Repeat site. We're just talking about money all night long, Fear. We're just going to keep saying it. 10K, there's 20K. We got 2K maybe in some of these games, 1K. I mean, there's a lot of money just going everywhere. So if you like money and you like Rocket League, you're in the right spot for the night.
Yeah, a lot of K's being thrown around. That's the thing, too. This isn't just, a couple $100 here and there. There's going to be a lot of money going to people who are able to enter it, and people who can enter right now. I mean, we're talking about this Carry Tax Invitational and the ways to make money through this stream, basically this broadcast. But if you go to Repeat and check out Repeat, these are happening all the time. They're not just happening when we're here on the screen talking to you about them. And that's like what the Season 14 Launch Cup is all talking about. You can enter now, and the $10,000 prize pool is going to find its way to a lot of people. It's not just like the people who win this, you get first to get $10,000. They pay out, I think, up to 30% sometimes in some of the tournaments of everybody who played in them. And you can play in them. It's not like a tournament where you need to be pro in order to win them. You could be at any rank. It takes your best games that you're playing when you play in ranked. I think 3v3 is the mode for the Season 14 Launch Cup. So you just go play 3v3 ranked if you were doing that anyways. Now you're logged into Repeat 2, and it's tracking your games. You might come away with a little bit of prize if you perform well in your games, and it doesn't have to be at SSL level.
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of Repeat. I know I just said that a minute ago, but it doesn't really matter what your rank is. You have the opportunity to make some money and compete in some fun ladders and things of that sort. So Repeat's done a really cool thing. We've been doing these Carry Tax Invitationals for months now, and they seem to go over really well. You guys seem to like it. Seems like the pros, they keep signing up to do it as well. So we've enjoyed ourselves. Me and Fear, we've been casting 5 or 6 of them now, and they're a lot of fun. We have a little technical issue with one of the players, so that's why we're sitting here hitting you with the yap attack. I'm sorry, all right? We don't want to hit you with the yap attack, but sometimes it's got to happen. One of the players getting straightened out, and when he is ready, or when they are ready, we will jump right in, I promise. Fear, I'll pose a question to you while we wait. Are we going to break the $2,460 record tonight? You know what?
I'll consider it a challenge to the players today. I have to go with no. That was a pretty wild round. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. We'll see if anybody can turn it around. I mean, it's crazy how it happens out of nowhere. It's not like necessarily a certain team feels like they're amazing. All of a sudden, it's just like a couple demos hit, and you're looking at brand new records. So, and I don't think that the player who set the records last time was necessarily very skilled. I mean, not to go over like a million times, but you don't have to be the best player in the world. You just have to be good team synergy and maybe get the right opponents who like to sit around and get demoed a little bit. But no, the huge record that we had, we've done 5 or so of these. As time goes on, these records are going to be harder to beat. I think we're probably not beating it tonight.
Yeah. If you're an amateur and you're signing up or want to sign up, or maybe if you're watching the stream waiting, you're already in, you qualified through some of the qualifiers online, go for demos. You got to go for the demos. That's $300 if you demo the pro player. It's a lot of money, and it adds up quick, and it's not uncommon that we've seen these amateurs get 3, 4, sometimes 5 demos. 5 demos is $1,500 on a pro if you can get it. Now, it's a lot, but we've seen 2, 3 pretty common. And it's still really not that uncommon to see even 4 sometimes. So I feel like you have to go for the demos. Obviously, the goals are great too. $150 every single time you score. And of course, we should also mention, Fear, it is called the Carry Tax Invitational. So some of that money does go towards the pro, but most of it is going to those amateurs as well. So that's the whole point. That's where we get our name. That's the namesake, baby. Come on, it's Carry Tax Invitational. That's the carry tax. So, but yeah, you want to be in position to score goals, and you have to go for demos. It's so important. Go for the demos. That's how you're going to make thousands of dollars tonight.
Yeah, I think when we've seen the least amount is when teams are perfectly matched and they ended up playing it out very close to a regular ranked game. That's what you don't want to do. That's what usually gets you not that much cash. But I think we're finally getting into it. It's going to be Team Wavy with Misty Rose and Team AJ with FS Braden, who I think might be back for a second run at the Carry Tax Potential, assuming that's why we remember his name. But we'll get into it. One game, a single game played, best of one, but they'll have a second chance later. A lot of money on the line. Who's going to get the most?
A lot of money. Let's see what these players can bring to the table today. Like we said, I like that we're already seeing attempts for demos, and AJ's going to get a goal here. Now, it does nothing. I mean, yes, they're in the lead, but it doesn't really matter. And I think his teammate, I guess he's going by Matic here in his game, went for a demo. So I like that he's looking for the demos already.
Yeah, demos are huge. 13 seconds in, we're just going to reset back on a kickoff. Matic and AJ up here on offense. We don't want to see the amateur too often in the attacking corner. That's where the pros need to live. The amateurs need to live out there in the box, available to tap things in. Because right now you see Matic with the ball. Even if he does win against both the pro and the amateur, it's just going to be leaving out there for AJ. There's nothing to gain from AJ scoring. As Matic going to get bumped, a little pro on amateur bump. We never like those, but a pro on pro demo. It's going to lead to $50 as AJ is actually chasing down the amateur right now, leaving Wavy alone. But there's not really much for Wavy to do because he doesn't have his amateur around. So he'll camp out here in the corner as AJ pinches it out.
I like that Maddox chasing down Wavy, though. You got to go for those demos. This one's going to pinch it to the net. AJ's going to get another goal. And again, it doesn't really count for anything. But as you can see on your screen, total cash on each side. You don't have to have all those bounties memorized. They'll pop up and be added to the tally on the screen. But the most important ones to remember, $150 for a goal, $300 for a demo. Those are the ones that you're going to see the big numbers pop up. And I already like it. Now Misty Rose. Oh my God! Misty Rose! $150, and that is a worldie to put away.
Yeah, Misty Rose doing it all by themselves. Where's Wavy at? It doesn't matter. We actually got 75 for an epic save as well because the first shot went down into the amateur. Gold line save, $75 there, and then a dunk in, $150. Everybody's making money on that play.
Yeah, we'd love to see that. And a little double tap off the defender. Why not? See what Matic can do. A little shot on target. Wavy's going to make the save. I feel like if you're Misty Rose, you got to be hunting down AJ right there. Just trying to maybe take the goal. Misty Rose, can they put it on target? They missed, almost getting a bump and a demo on AJ, but Wavy will score it. And again, really not going to get anything for that. There is no money for an assist by amateurs. So nothing for Misty Rose, but the attempt on AJ, I like that. You got to go for those demos, and you're almost able to connect.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of growing pains for Wavy. What we've seen pro players do in those situations is obviously so hard to resist just an open net, but there are ways to stop it on the goal line and kind of keep it there long enough for your amateur to return back to the play. It isn't the end of the world, though. I guess we've decided that going to kickoffs can often lead to goals, but right now, they are not playing the kickoffs, any special way. AJ is going to get a third goal, which really doesn't do anything for them, which does give them another chance to go to a kickoff, though, and they can start playing these a little bit wiser in order to try and make some money.
Someone's got to tell AJ what's going on here tonight. He's just scoring left and right, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't count for anything. Boo. 3-2, doesn't matter. Score is irrelevant here. But still, some good money now. Here's a good little strat. Matic gets an amateur save right off the rip there from that. We've seen that kickoff strat quite a bit now. AJ going for the bump on Wavy. Trying to dish it off to his teammate, and here comes the team synergy you were talking about here.
Yeah, Misty Rose almost able to get a counterattack. sometimes that's one of the easiest ways as the play slows down. Pro trying to make an opportunity for an amateur on one half. They don't make it work, and then it's a freebie the other way. Misty Rose has no boost to work with. Wavy's going to try and keep it in the box, but AJ out to Matic off the back wall. It's going to be a strong touch. Couldn't get the read himself, and Wavy out here bumping amateurs, and AJ's actually going to bump the amateur right back. You hate to see that, but AJ popped this ball high. Amateur not around. Undercuts Misty Rose. Now what can Wavy do here? Wavy's going to pop it towards target, but no reason to finish it. Actually puts it back out midfield. A decent pass, but you got a pro to beat, and AJ's not going to let you. Is this another lob that's on target? Does get stopped. Actually gets cycled almost all the way out, but no follow-up from the amateur.
There's a good chance if Wavy can cut this one back across. He's trying to get some players out of the way. Amateur save came through for Matic, so another $30 for him. And now Matic has some space. Let's see what he can do with it. Full boost as well. Go on, Matic. Show us something. Show us something, Matic. All the way to the hole. As another amateur save comes out. This time it's for Misty Rose. And kind of a lower scoring affair, but maybe only for the moment. Misty Rose's shot just goes wide and above the net. And another save comes out. Quite a few amateur saves now.
Yeah, we're making most of our money through saves, it feels like, in this game, which is not a way to make a ton of money, but not a bad way to get something when both squads are still looking for a way to get through. And that's what we need to see. We need to see demos, but less of pros on amateurs and more on amateurs on pros. We could see a double up almost for both squads if they could even land a single demo. And especially in a lobby like this, you're going to see times when, you know, Wavy is moving pretty slowly in an attempt to set up Misty Rose. Be a great time to just forget about how you normally play Rocket League and chase down a demo. Misty Rose has a couple great opportunities, and here's another great slot. It'll be 2 goals for Misty Rose.
Misty Rose putting that one away. That was a good shot by Misty Rose. Putting this one left side. No one was in net. Matic wasn't back in time, and $330 now for Misty Rose. Looking good. And, you know, with this format, these bounties here, Matic missing that open net, not only do you miss the open net, but it hurts even more because you missed out on $150 as well. That was a $150 open net that he missed. Let's see if he gets another chance. AJ is going to keep this one out. Matic can get back around to it. Matic put it on target. Can't put it wide. And Misty Rose happy to sit with $330 and maybe a little bit more if Wavy can set them up.
Ooh, Matic just tried to chase down Wavy. That was a great opportunity on the dribble. Wait, what a backflip save. That was a great amateur save. Dealing with the pressure from Wavy, actually dodging an amateur bump here, and now into an air dribble. Just has Wavy to beat. That should be easy, right? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, there is a pro on the other team as well, as AJ 50s both team members on Team Wavy. And Misty Rose couldn't stop this one. Matic, he's getting high. Can he get this read? Oh my goodness, Matic, the angle. I'm not sure if it was fully on target, but Wavy's going to deny it either way. As Misty Rose, there's a demo. And that's what we're talking about in the final seconds. 5 seconds to go now. And Misty Rose just went from 330 to 630 with a single demo. Can they keep this ball up and either get a goal or one more demo to finish? No, it is going to hit down. Remember, no overtime. It is not about the score line here in these best of ones. It's about getting that cash in regulation. So 630 for Team Wavy and 245 for AJ and Matic. And I tell you what, it's not a bad place to start because I feel like we could go up from here.
Wow, what a huge clutch by that demo right at the end from Misty Rose, basically doubling their score. It was a little bit of a lower scoring affair for most of that, but then the demo came out. And Misty Rose, I got to hand it to them. They looked pretty good in that game. And I think a lot of that came from Wavy setting them up. But, boy, that's got to feel good. You worked hard to get that, 300, 325 or whatever it was for Misty Rose. And then, bang, right at the end, a little $300 cash infusion. Right at the end, you walk away with over $600 and a single best of one for Misty Rose. Incredible.
Yeah, the amount of people you can earnings check off of a single game of Rocket League now is pretty crazy, and there's even more to be earned. I think for AJ and Matic actually looked like a solid player, and so I have high hopes for them in their second round. I think they didn't figure it out this time around in terms of getting setups for Matic or Matic chasing demos. I think they'll probably commit one way or the other a little bit harder next time around. Whether that's we saw a lot of Matic on the ball, almost setting things up himself, which really you shouldn't try and do. Make that pro earn their tax and do all the hard work for you. So I have a feeling they'll figure it out, that they are in comms when they're playing these games out. So Matic and AJ, every team will have a chance to play 2 best of ones. So we'll see him again, and I have a feeling they'll make it even more. But 200 still, we talk about it just to give everybody, a baseline. These people made $200 in a single best of one. That's a lot. That's a lot. It just actually is also a little for this format and how we've done it in the past.
And they still have another game to play. So they still have another game to play. They could double up, they could triple up, they could quadruple up their money that they made in their next game. But if you're wondering, how did we get these people? Where did these people come from? Well, they came through online qualifiers, which, by the way, happen all the time on the repeat side. If you go over to rpt.gg/Carry Tax Invitational, you can get involved. You could be the next player that qualifies for a Carry Tax Invitational. That's the link right down there at the bottom of your screen that you need to go to. Look out for the next qualifier because, as you can see already, money going out the door to these players for just their first best of one. They'll get 2 tonight. But if you don't come through the qualifiers, you have to go through the chat. There's a lot more people in chat who want to be a part of this. So rpt.gg/CTI is the website. Go ahead and check it out. Repeat's been awesome in supporting the Rocket League community and having a whole bunch of fun qualifiers for things like the Carry Tax Invitational.
Yeah, and I think you can play in multiple tournaments at the same time, my understanding of Repeat. So you could be playing in the Carry Tax Invitational tournament, not only to make money in that, but potentially get picked for the show, and then play in the Season 14 Launch Cup at the same time. And I think there's a ton of other, Repeat tournaments as well, and you can kind of play them all just like casually, the way you normally play Rocket League. So really no reason not to check them out.
Well, Fear, we have our first match down, so you know what that means. We're going to roll in right into match number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at team number 1 in match number 2. It is the legend, Garrett G versus Brain RL. Have we had Brain before as well? Or we just had a guy named Brain before? Maybe we did.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But Garrett G and Brain RL, Team Garrett G, is coming up next. That'll be exciting. Garrett is a newbie here on the Carry Tax Invitational. We'll see how he does to set up his amateur.
Yeah, I mean, Brain RL, the thing about Brain RL, last time we've had somebody whose repeat name or whatever name they signed up with had RL in it, great things happened. So I have a lot of high hopes for Brain RL, not to put too much pressure on them, but you're also alongside North America's GOAT, Captain America. So I think it could go really well. I'm excited for Team Garrett G.
Yeah, that is it's pretty cool to play with Garrett G, but also you're right. If you have RL in your name, you better be good. All right, you better be good. You've got the name in your name.
That's why I took RL out of my name as soon as I could. I used to be Fear RL. I ripped the RL out as soon as that was possible.
I only had numbers, which is arguably worse than putting RL. So I got rid of those real quick too. Let's go ahead and take a look at team number 2. Who's going up against Team Garrett G? It will be Team Knight with the Real-Etro? The Real-Etro?
Sure.
Real-Etro? I think that's how you say it. We'll see how they do.
Yeah, I see the capitalization. The Real-Etro.
Okay.
According to the capitalization here in the Discord.
Okay, yeah. Without the caps here, or it's all caps on here. So the Real-Etro with Team Knight. Now, Knight also, I believe, is a newbie here on the Carry Tax Invitational. I don't think we've seen him as a pro here. So, again, both these guys will be new along with their amateurs, and it's exciting to see them face off.
Yeah. Knight is a very solid player. He's a guy who's actually followed for a while. I followed him in his, I think maybe his RLCS debut with the Randoms Chronic 2-piece Knights, for those who have been watching the RLCS for a while. So Knight, a very strong player. In case you haven't heard of him before, we're talking RLCS level caliber, which I think all of our pros are today. They aren't necessarily always that way. We've had some very talented content creators who are SSL, but maybe not quite pro. But I think today is a whole list of pros, and Knight is definitely one of them. So you've got somebody on your team who can do anything they need for you, and you just got to trust in that, and I'm sure you'll get a bunch of cash.
Yeah, and you do get a benefit of going not first, basically, because you can kind of see, if you're new, how the game works. I don't know if they were watching or not. I hope they were, or at least a little bit. You can kind of learn, okay, like the gimmicky little kickoffs that we've had before, where it just gives your amateur an epic save right off the bat. Those were very popular early on, but let's see how they do. Game number 2 of the night, Team Garrett G and Team Knight. Let's see what happens for Etro and Brain RL.
Oh, Brain RL in the Fennec with standard boost.
What a
what a
pass!
finish! Great passing play, and this is the heads-up play from Garrett G. He might be new to the format, but he recognizes that goals don't matter for him, and that's an easy tap-in. But he knows where's Brain RL. Get the ball out to him. Let him finish it. $150 on the board within 12 seconds.
That's the fastest $150 that Brain will make, maybe in their life. and maybe with, oh my gosh, an hammer demo right off the bat for Etro as well. So already some money coming through. Another one! $300 for Brain, and it's $450. Another one! What is happening?
Oh my goodness!
$600.
This format can get out of hand, because the thing about Rocket League and the spectator view is you're always watching the ball as well, but these demos can sometimes happen off screen and money can just rack up. But we've slowed down here for a second. A moment to breathe still inside the first minute, as we're already at 600 and 480, which is, I think not quite the 660 or so they had in the last round, but took them about a minute to get a bunch of money. And now a little play in the midfield. Knight trying to drop it down to Etro, but Garrett G is going to get that save. Garrett G, doesn't matter if he gets saved, but it does matter if he gets demoed. He used his boost to make the save.
And it's going to be a goal.
Nothing, and Brain the other way. No. Oh, almost a double. But $900 now for Team Knight off of demos.
Wow. $900 already. And Etro, my goodness, he's at 1,000 in the first minute 20. What was this from Etro? Look at this flick in. And on Garrett G as well. He landed right on top of it, or right below it rather. And $150, he's over $1,000. And Etro, boy, oh boy, what a way to start.
Not only did he get to $1,000, but he also balled on Garrett G. And something tells me that might be worth quite a bit of money to him, as he's able to show off against the pro. Knight dropping it down to Etro. That was probably a great opportunity for Brain. Now, what's Garrett going to do here on the back wall? He's just going to send it to the back wall. Leave it for Brain. What a shot! Brain booming into the top shelf to get 150.
Wow, our amateurs are really looking good right now. Brain, perfect pass from Garrett off the back wall. Etro kind of in a tough spot. Top shelf for Brain RL. $150 for him. And, I know Etro's doing really well, but at 630, at 325 is well above average for Brain as well. So, don't scoff at his score just because the other guy's sitting at 1,000. Brain might get more. Easy tap in here. It's wide open, and another goal. He's at 830 now.
Garrett G has been the picturesque pro. If it hasn't been that way in RLCS forever, it's also that way here in the Carry Tax Invitational. He's doing a great job of setting people up, and he shows another great way to do it, which is to put it off the backboard and demo everybody in the way. In this case, he demos a pro, so he gets himself $50 as well. And I love to see these kickoffs and mix up on the kickoff. Doesn't work out to get demos either way. But now Garrett G is going to carve out some space, and another goal for Brain.
Garrett is... I should have never doubted him. We talked about, okay, he might be new. He knows exactly what to do. And he has looked so good in setting up Brain. And Brain's been right there. You have to give credit to Brain as well. He's been smart to follow up Garrett. The comms are coming through as well. And maybe they didn't get there as fast as Etro did, but they are chugging along at $980. And you're not even halfway through this game.
Yeah, I think that if they kept up this pace, Team Knight has slowed down a little bit, but if Team Knight kept up the pace, they were definitely on track to break the record. But it is going to slow down, I would have to think. Brain trying to ball Knight. That's going to be tough to do when Garrett G doesn't take the pro out of the way for you. But now he's actually trying to set up Knight. There's no reason to do that, though. He's out running as a demoer on an amateur in order to make Knight have a free net. But that's no money on the line. We don't care if Knight scores, as Garrett G with 13 boost is just going to pop this ball soft. I'm not sure if he had any idea how to get Brain going, but Etro on an air dribble by themselves with a reset. Wait a second. I thought that was the pro carrying the ball, but that was Etro making something happen, as Garrett G has his pro ahead of him. Brain in a camp here to get the angle. I love this passing play. Garrett G needs to beat 2. It's going to be very easy for Brain. Yes. Nice. What a great pass. The teamwork right now from Garrett G and Brain is amazing.
Yeah, Garrett's been threading the needle to Brain, and I feel like Team Knight's really trying to collapse on top of Garrett every time he's on the ball, and so Brain's like, okay, I'll just sit back post and wait for the pass, and look at this, into the lead, at least for, cash total. Both these guys are going to be winners at this point, but $1,100 for Brain, and like we said, been chugging along. He and Garrett G have been quite the duo in this Carry Tax Invitational so far. Here's Etro, shot on target, and unfortunately, Garrett G was the defender and made the save.
Yeah, Knight, I mean, Knight did his best. He was trying to take Garrett G out, but Garrett G dodged the bump and still made the save. We have some really solid amateurs in this lobby right now. They're definitely able to place shots when given the opportunity, as Knights is going to flick the ball away. I think what we've seen, a little amateur save, a little $30 on the side, why not? What we've seen work well for these pros, and I haven't seen anybody go for it yet today, is these air dribbles where they just, you know, get 50'd on the goal line and have it get saved and then let amateurs follow up. Right now, we've seen Knight take a lot of shots from far away, which can be hard, but this is a great infield pass, just barely missed on the finish from Etro. Now the counterattack, Garrett over the top of one. Brain! Oh, just barely off, but Garrett, he's doing so well at putting the ball around. It's not going to matter, though. Knight will clear it.
Oh, it's free.
Oh, counter!
It's free for Etro. Oh my gosh, what a counter for Etro. $1,200 just when Brain had it halfway in the net. Etro goes back the other way. And $150 for him. Back into the lead for total cash. $1,200, and you still got a minute left.
Yeah, talking about lead in total cash, it's technically 5-2 if you're looking at that scoreline, but that almost shouldn't even be up on the board. It's just there for fun. The real battle is the battle for some cash, and right now, Etro being carried by those demos. A couple goals to go with, I think, but it is mostly just farming demos on Garrett G. Can he do it again? He's got Knight air dribbling for him upfield. Will he get the finish? The placement? And the demo? Wait, a demo on Knight as Knight came to the ground. Everybody's making money.
Yeah, Brain, you're not too upset about that. $300 for the demo on Knight. Etro gets his $150 from the pass from Knight. And, I mean, both these guys right now sitting 1460, 1380. What a game here in the Carry Tax Invitational. Both these guys making money.
Yeah, Garrett faked the kickoff, I think, to try and get the ball rolling back to Brain for a free save. He's going to get his save, but not so free. He had to work for it, jumping up to make that one. Nice pass. Knight to finish. Wait, Etro. Wow. Knight did a great job to set it up, but Etro has done a really good job of getting shot attempts. They just haven't quite been on, and now they have been.
I thought for sure Etro was going to get blocked there. Great work from Etro. 4 goals and 5 demos from Etro. Now, of course, not all of those are on the pro. If you're just joining us, the amateurs get $300 for demoing the pros and $150 for scoring, among some other bounties. And so far, you see now why it's so important to get those demos, but I think really maybe what you're seeing is how important it is for your pro to set you up. Garrett G has been clinical against Team Knight in setting up Brain, and Brain has been tapping him in left and right.
Yeah, another bump on Knight to secure the goal. This was one of the closest games we had seen in a while. They were both at 15:30 and 15:35, but Garrett G is going to get a bit of separation. With 15 seconds left to go, is there anything Team Knight can do? And this is what I'm talking about. This is when it starts devolving to looking for demos. Wow. But if you're the team that is getting chased, a lot of times there's an open net.
Wow, look at the goals. 11 goals in this game. And Garrett's got 7 assists. All 7 have been assisted by Garrett G. Now there's 11 seconds left. And unfortunately, we're not going to see a record. But boy, both these players making the money. A little amateur demo to tie things up right at the end for both players. And maybe in one more for the road. Brain's trying to get Knight. In the final seconds, we'll play into overtime, or rather a 0-second time. And maybe if Garrett can keep this up, and he will, can he give this one over to Brain? One more for the road. No, he puts it too low. But still, 18:35 and 18:30. Both Etro and Brain, I think, are very happy about how their Monday night is going right now.
Some of the best rounds we've seen, and so close as well. Chat, exclamation point, enter. There are people who could be, you could be watching this. You're watching this right now. You could be in it. You could be part of it today. Exclamation point, enter. But man, what a round. What a setup from Garrett G. Unfortunately for you, if you do join, you're not going to get to be Garrett G's partner because Garrett G went crazy for Brain. But I mean, Etro, actually, Garrett G went crazy for everyone because he both got demoed and went crazy for Etro and also set up Brain.
Yeah. If you didn't believe us, chat, do you believe us now? Okay. We were telling you. We were trying to let you know. You want to be involved tonight. You want to get in exclamation point enter to play if you want. We're going to get 2 of you from chat. So, listen, if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. Actually, maybe something else will convince you. Let's see. Let me talk about repeat real quick, because there are more than just these Carry Tax Invitationals. We also have those Carry Tax Invitational qualifiers as well. So if you want to maybe, if you don't get chosen tonight with the exclamation point enter, well, you can qualify through the website. rpt.gg/CTI is where you want to go. If you go to that website there at the bottom of the screen, you could qualify for one of these. So you won't have to be fighting the chatters in chat. You could just do it yourself. And like I said, if the last game didn't convince you, I don't know what will, because there's a lot of money here that we're going to be giving out tonight throughout all the matches. You're going to want to be involved.
Yeah, we're giving money in the matches, but Repeat, it seems like it's probably giving even more money in the tournaments if you go play on Repeat's platform, as opposed to just doing these Carry Tax Invitationals. It's all there available for you at that link. I mean, if that game didn't convince you, you'll never be convinced.
Yeah, you won't. All right. Well, we've got through 2 on the night. We have 4 more left in all of our best of ones, 2v2 matchups with the bounties, with the money, with the suspense of our pro players, and the lucrative games from our amateurs. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, more Carry Tax Invitational.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio!
let's create moments from the games you love.
I'll take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Enlist in the galaxy's elite fighting force. Work together to protect your future. Join the Hellbenders, the galaxy's last line of offense.
PlayStation.
Well, welcome back to the Season 14 Carry Tax Invitational. I'm still Corelli, that's still Fear, And we still have a lot of money for amateurs to make tonight. Like we've been saying, those first 2 games didn't convince you. Well, maybe we'll hit you with 4 more here tonight. But first, Fear, we have to talk about the Season 14 Launch Cup and repeat partnering with Psyonix Rocket League, Epic Games. Season 14 Launch Cup has a $10,000 prize pool, and it's absolutely free to join. You don't have to pay anything. You could sign up right now. Repeat will be paying out 30% of participants on the leaderboard tournament. Remember, this is not your typical bracket or anything like that. They use your rank and your experience inside of the game to kind of have like a leaderboard on games played and wins, losses, and fun stuff like that. So it's not just your typical tournament, and it doesn't matter your rank. You don't have to be super high. You don't have to be a super low rank. Doesn't matter what your rank is. You could sign up and earn some cash. 10K prize pool, Fear. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, and hopefully everybody understands just how much Repeat is giving away now. But truly, it's a no-brainer to check out Repeat, the way they've been supporting Rocket League with these events and with these tournaments on their platform. It's very low resistance to get involved with Repeat, so go for it.
Go for it. All right, well, let's go for it and get into match number 3 on the night. I think we'll be getting a new duo. We'll be seeing team number 1. It's Wavy and Misty Rose again. And Fear, I kind of like this team. They were slowly starting to sync up near the end of that game, and I felt like Misty Rose had a lot of opportunity that was left on the table.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see Wavy, Misty Rose back. Wavy is, one of the newer guys to the format, but they still came away with a good amount of money. They weren't able to compare it to that previous round, but I'd say the first time you have a first-time pro on your team is usually, the least amount you'll ever get. So the fact that they started off with a nice 600, I think, from this squad means they're in good shape to come away with a bunch. Game 2.
Yeah, we'll see how Wavy and Misty Rose will do. It was a good first showing. Let's go ahead and take a look at team number 2. Team 2 who will be playing Wavy. And I think team 2 will be a team that we'll see for the first time. I don't think we've seen team 2 quite yet. But there we go. Knight. Oh, no. Okay, we have seen Knight and Etro before. So we will get them involved once again. And I got to say, Etro was pretty good. He hit that little shot on top of Garrett and created a lot of his own opportunity. He and Knight really, again, started to get going near the end of that series as well. Well, actually, right off the rip, they hit 1,000. So it was actually a really quick start for Team Knight.
Yeah, it came a lot from demos on Garrett G. I think there was probably 3 demos that got him up to 900 almost right away. And then Etro, on their first few attempts in the game, were missed slightly wide. The latter half of the game slotted everything and came away with, a huge prize. So I have a feeling that we're going to see that again. I don't know if Wavy's going to be as demoable, but the thing about Garrett G is that I think when you play like Garrett G, when you play like somebody who's trying to set up your amateur as much as he was, it actually makes you very demoable. It ends up working out almost for both teams because you slow down a little bit and you create plays and you also get stagnant and get demoed. So sometimes it's just a win for everybody. Will Wavy be that player in this game? I don't know, but we'll get right into it with Team Knight and Team Wavy.
Let's see how it goes. See if Team Knight can get the quick start that they got in the previous game. Again, the reason why those amateurs made so much money in the last game is because of those demos. You got to go for the demos, or if you're Etro, maybe just go for the hole right off the rip. We'll see what could come here as Wavy is going to try and pick this one up for his teammate, maybe looking for the backboard. And oh my, Misty Rose was really close. And I like the aggression from Misty Rose. You need that from the amateurs, especially when these pros are able to get setups.
Yeah, Misty Rose was hoping for a dream angle there off the back wall. I think the right place to be is just camp center field. Wavy going for that bump. Oh, Misty Rose, I actually don't hate it. Seemed like an opportunity to maybe shoot. Instead, mixed it up and went for a demo on Knight. One demo could be worth 2 goals. So not a bad idea, as Knight now on offense going to try and put it off the backboard. Etro has shown that they can slam that down, but it's going to be tough to do with Wavy still alive. As Wavy makes the clear. Now a soft touch infield. Misty Rose unfortunately turned the wrong way. Not a believer that Wavy was going to get him set up. Now Knight through the air. Etro waiting in the perfect spot. The flick needs to be off target. It was on target. Wavy gets a save. I guess this is just 2 pros playing against each other, but doesn't really matter for our sake, as Wavy now probably going to want to try and get a bump, but Knight gets out over the top of it, and he's... Oh, wait, a demo off screen. That's the big money, as Knight tries to save it on the goal line. Etro won't get there in time, but $300 for Team Knight.
Okay, so $300 to start off, and maybe a goal. players clashing in the box. Wavy trying to keep this one alive for his team, but everyone rotated out. That's a pro on amateur demo. You should take money from the pros, as we always say. But that is not the case yet. And now Wavy has an open net. Misty Rose gets the demo, and maybe the pass back out. Misty Rose didn't see it. But $300, I mean, you take the demo over the goal every single day. And Team Knight, Team Wavy all tied up with a demo apiece.
Yeah, I like that both amateurs were looking for demos there. And now Wavy full field pinch. I mean, what's the point? There's no way Misty Rose.
That was pretty good.
He's just trying to show off. He's just trying to show off. I mean, pretty cool shot, I guess, Wavy, but no money to be earned anywhere. It is the first goal of the game. You do get to reset to a kickoff, and if these guys have gone back to the drawing board, they know they need to change up their kickoffs a lot because there's a way to make some big money, as Misty Rose is just going to go straight to the ball, but Etro knows what to do, left it and tried to chase Wavy down and eventually got it. So another demo and $600.
Wow. And now Etro, can he get to it in time? No, Knight just cut up everyone on the other team, but again, it doesn't really count for anything. But demo is what you want from Etro, and if it means not getting the goal, fine. You're at $600 halfway through a single game of Rocket League. You really can't complain. Still, no amateur has scored. I mean, there's only been one goal apiece, so it hasn't been a ton of scoring. But let's see if someone can set up their amateur and get $150.
Etro is going to get demoed, so hey, another pro on amateur demo. Hate to see it. Great opportunity for Misty Rose. We saw Misty Rose slot a couple in their first game, but get to do it here in this next one. Almost got a demo on Knight as Knight tried to set it up. Etro getting the finish. Oh, Wavy denies it. Not allowing the fun to happen as Knight again leaving this one. Freebie for Etro. Oh, too high off the backboard. Now, can Knight do what Garrett G did so well? Yes! Oh my goodness, that's a perfect touch from Knight. It's so hard to keep the ball in and not score it, and Knight does it beautifully.
That is such a hard skill set, I feel like, to have for any, especially a pro player, to do, because you're so used, so much muscle memory is going into, I have to score this, I have to put it around. But setting up his teammate, purposefully not scoring that ball or not putting it in a more dangerous spot so that his teammate had a chance on it. Brilliant from Knight. And now $780. Knight looking for Etro again. The pass back out. Etro was there, but this time Wavy jumps ahead.
I like Misty Rose chasing down demos. Single demo turns this into an amazing game. Amateur save. Wait, there's another demo. Etro has gotten a lot on Wavy. And look at that, locking completely in again, not even looking at the ball. And there's a demo back the other way. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, this round is looking so hot. Oh!
Get the touch! There you go, Misty Rose. There you go. The open net, finally. Oh, it was wide open. And somehow, Misty Rose was still able to get around to it. $780. My goodness, that would have been a shame to let that one get away.
What a flurry. That's just how this format goes. You know, you can have a few minutes of nothing, and then all of a sudden, demo goal, and everybody's made $1,000 all of a sudden in a moment's notice. There's a pro on pro demo as Misty Rose on the way back to the blue half. Wavy is going to be the one to make a save, and he's going to take it straight down the center of the field over Etro, and then letting up for the demo. I mean, that can work too, getting that pro to shadow slowly. Wavy's trying to keep it on the goal line. Look for that crossbar touch that Knight got earlier, but unfortunately, it falls in.
Smart from Wavy. That's about as much time as I think he could have bought his amateur to get there. Trying to get the bump on Knight as well and to slow down the ball just so it trickles in hopes for Misty Rose to come through. It didn't happen, but $830 to $1,080, and maybe I have a feeling there might be more, and there it is, $300 for Misty Rose, up to $1,130 now, and maybe a goal? Yes, sir. Misty Rose puts away for another $150, and that was a $450 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is the beauty of the Carry Tax Invitational. Once both teams start to figure it out, the reality is everybody just starts making money because somebody's chasing for demos randomly instead of playing the game normally, which leaves an amateur on an open net. And then left and right, people just either connect with their demos or start getting goals as well. And so Team Wavy, a great second round, doubling up just about, I think, what they got on their first round. And a Knight, you know, not a bad round themselves, and yet still somehow it looks like a shame compared to what they got previously. Long shot from Wavy. never really had a chance. Knight was around. So in 24 seconds, a demo chase from Misty Rose. I like to see that. And Etro going to get on the ball for free, but Wavy was back to make the save. Well, what can these people find? Wavy up in the corner, just going to leave it. Let Misty Rose go to work. Etro, don't even need to dive in. Just rely on Knight to get it out for you, but Wavy pops it high. Can he get a double read? He did. He put this over in the orange half. Knight is going to be a tough guy to shoot against. So he missed on the back wall. Misty Rose! Oh, so close to being able to dunk it in.
Oh, if there was one more second, that one was going into. I think it came off of Etro there on the ground and was going into his own net. But my goodness, still a fantastic, fantastic game from both amateurs to come away with over $1,000. That is well worth their time. And I'm happy. I think Team Knight and Wavy in particular, I think, really found their stride as the pro players to get things going for their team. And I think they could be quite happy with how they supported their amateurs in this game. Obviously, you hit that 4-figure mark, you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, I think they maybe took notes from Carrot G, recognizing that you really can stop it basically right on the goal line or go for those passes directly on the goal line. Those opportunities will happen in a match like this, and so it's more about playing that ball soft and left to right as opposed to on target. And we saw the masterful touch from Knight from the crossbar down. I mean, that's probably one of the best carry tax plays we've seen in a long time from a pro. I mean, you ever get 90% of the way to the goal, just letting them touch it at all in order to get the goal is about as good as it gets. So definitely a big improvement probably from both teams. Team Knight maybe didn't get as much money, but still a great game from them. And Wavy, they doubled up on their previous round. Not a bad day for both those teams. That's the last we're going to see of them in the best of one, but their amateurs still have a chance to make even more money when it comes down to the show match at the end of the show.
Yeah, some good looks there for both the players. And like you said, lots of money for amateurs. So proud of them to bounce back. But if you don't know who Repeat is, let's take a second to talk about Repeat, because they're a hosting platform that has allowed a lot of these, or all of these, Carry Tax Invitationals to happen. And by the way, you can qualify for the Carry Tax Invitationals. That's right. We're going to be promoting it all night long. rpt.gg/CTI. The link's right there. It's right at the bottom of the screen. Take a look, type it in, sign up, get involved. Repeat's done a great job of supporting Rocket League for all skill levels, which I think is the beautiful thing about it. So it doesn't matter if you're good, if you're bad, or if you play like Fear, you're able to play in these tournaments. And we want you involved. $20,000 in Rocket League tournaments every month. Are you kidding me? That's more money than I make in 3 years.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, they have these are just the tournaments that we're not even talking about. These aren't the Repeat. This isn't the Season 14 Launch Cup. This is just all of what Repeat's doing all the time, even when they're not running, these special events just for get carry tax or these reasons. I mean, there's always something to get on !Repeat. So make sure to check them out. Really no reason not to, like we've talked about many times, but I'm still thinking about what you meant when you said play like me. You said good, bad, play like me, and I'm not really sure where that leaves me,
I can't say. I don't know. That's up for the fans to decide, Maybe the good, the bad, the ugly, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, you're able to play, and I think that's what's really cool about the Repeat stuff is that you're able to go through and have the opportunity to earn some money. And there's so many chances between the Launch Cup, the qualifiers, this show. There's so much stuff that we can't even talk about it right now because we have to go into the next game. So let's go ahead and jump into our next game. This is match, number 4 on the night. So only a few more matches. So let's go ahead and take a look at team number 1. You know them. You love them. It's AJ and FS Braden hitting the pitch again. And they did pretty well last time, right? I'm getting confused now.
I would say that getting $200 or $270 or whatever in a game is pretty good. I would say that no matter what happens, it's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, compared to the other carry tax games we've had today, it's maybe on the lower end. But I think we're going to see a bounce back from Team AJ. I heard that some of the early on, issues with getting into the match was happening with Team AJ, and it's just like that throws off your mojo. Right. But they're back now. They're ready. They're not going to have any issues coming into this next game, I assume, or at least I hope. So I think we'll see a bounce back from Team AJ. I'm expecting a little bit more cash.
Team AJ and FS Braden are team number 1. Team number 2 is, let's take a look at them. I'm assuming it's Garrett's team, is my guess. No, it's Gyro. I'm wrong. It's our boy Gyro. And Saint Dopey is his teammate. And hopefully not too dopey because he's going to have to come out swinging with Gyro. Now, Gyro, we've had Gyro before, right? I think he was in the last one. and we sung his praises. He's a player that can really adapt to a format like this, and I think St. Dopey got himself a good teammate here for the pros.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about it too much, but that pro show match that happens later, if your pro is able to win, you're getting another, I believe, $1,000 for your pro and you. And Gyro is one of those guys that I've talked about. These little mix-up 3v3 teams that end up happening, Gyro's really good in that format, if you ask me. So even if he doesn't make you a ton of cash here in this best of one, maybe he'll pick up some for you later when it gets down to the pro show match.
So Team Gyro, it's our first time seeing them against, it's the first time seeing them on the pitch, and then, of course, first time against AJ. This will be AJ's second match. Every team gets 2 matches on the night, so this is 2 for AJ and the first for Gyro. So we're excited to see how Gyro and St. Dopey do, and maybe Team AJ can pull out ahead a little bit more than they did last time. That first game, it was a warm-up game, hopefully, for Team AJ. We can see how they do against Team Gyro.
Yeah, I think... this is just me trying to do process of elimination here. I'm not 100% sure, but St. Dopey might be one of our chat selections. I don't think you can get selected from chat anymore. I think we have selected the people for today's event. Of course, you could still go to all the links we've talked about, and we'll talk about more if you want to be part of the next Carry Tax Invitational. But I want to say our last 2 teammates for Gyro and LJ would have been from the chat. So I think St. Dopey might be one of our chat members.
Right. I'm trying to look right now just to see, but that might be true. And if it is, we need to find out which chat he's from. This is very important. This is very important. Which chat is St. Dopey from? We have to find that out. Hopefully they're watching. If you guys know, spam it in chat. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got both the chat. I've got a few different chats open, actually. I think everybody who's watching, I've got all those different chats open. So.
And now what's going to happen is if he's really good, both chats are going to be like, that's our chat. That's ours. That's us. We'll see. But we'll have to find out. Hopefully we'll find out soon. But yeah, we'll see. It's our first picked player, I think, and typically, I think they've been above average when it's come to skill, because I think the viewers are above average sometimes to the general population. But we'll see. St. Dopey, he's got a great teammate in Gyro. We talked about Gyro being able to adapt to a lot of situations. I think that helps, kind of like a Garrett G. So we'll see how he does.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Gyro, and just to maybe tease as we're getting into this next match a little bit, hopefully not too long, since I know Team AJ had to deal with that wait before, but you know what? I think we're about to get into it. I was about to tease the pro teams for later today and who's playing who, but no. I'll make you guys wait. It seems like we're getting into it. Team AJ and Matic alongside Gyro and St. Dopey. St. Dopey came from chat. Which one? I guess we'll all decide whether or not St. Dopey does well or poorly, whether to claim him or not.
There's $300 for Matic right off the bat.
That already beats the previous round they had.
Yeah. You got to get those demos. And that's one way to start. This one's left for Matic as well. Now, Matic, I really wasn't a bad player. I just think they just weren't able to set themselves up as much as you would have expected. So we'll see how St. Dopey does with Gyro. He hasn't really been involved too much quite yet in the first 30 seconds. AJ. Matic whipping back around. AJ tried to dish it off, but I don't think Matic knew. This is kind of the thing of, the amateur players not being used to how good and how much control the pro players have. And they're like, oh, shoot, they can actually get that. Yeah, of course they can. They're pro. Of course they can. They can set you up from any angle. Let's see how Gyro does it here. I think he's going to go to the backboard and hope that St. Dopey turns back around. St. Dopey picked up boost. Matic is able to try at least to clear it away for the moment. Here comes St. Dopey, and he can't get the shot on target.
Yeah, we saw St. Dopey go into the corner and pass into that back wall corner. That's just going to be really hard to follow up yourself, and you really just got to leave that to the pro. This is a great opportunity right here. Gyro straight down to St. Dopey, but Matic turned on the gas and was able to steal it away. Now it's going to be AJ and Matic. Matic, I like that look for the demo. Gyro had slowed down on the goal line, and now Gyro just needs to protect this ball without touching it. Oh, he actually sent it to the back wall. I thought it was on target, but I think it might have been slightly off. So now Gyro doing work, trying to box out AJ and make it possible for St. Dopey to score. This could be a good chance, but AJ going to get the save, so nobody gets money for it. Matic, wait, a full field dribble?
Go on, Matic.
Touches in a row? Wow, that's a huge 150 for Matic.
Clean from Matic, and the net was wide open, but he carried that one all the way home. AJ also, I think, kind of preventing Gyro from going up earlier than maybe he would have wanted. Great control from Matic. Like we said, man, Matic's not bad. He just didn't have the opportunities in the first game. He's showing it now, $450. What a way to start off this game. And a demo as well, now $750.
750 demos are huge. I see people in the chat saying they would become Reddles if they played in this tournament. They would just lock in and look for exclusively demos, and why wouldn't you? As Team AJ has $600 off demos and 150 off of the goal. Now Team Gyro, I mean, I think you were right in saying that Team Gyro had a great performance last time they were around, but so far a goose egg on the board. Unfortunately, that was not a supersonic touch there from St. Dopey looking for AJ. So a bump on a pro does not get you anything, as Gyro needs to try and get this 50 somehow not in, but somehow still directly in front of the net for St. Dopey. And St. Dopey, this back pass, there's really nothing to be earned there. That's why you almost, it's such against your normal movement. But I would say maybe instead of going for setups in the midfield, anytime it seems like what you should be doing is passing, maybe just forget about the ball for that moment and go try and get a demo. And then hopefully by the time you turn back on the play, your pro will have done something and made it available for you in the midfield. Because that is definitely the way to make some cash right now. Gyro can't dunk AJ, and St. Dopey again finding themselves in the corner, and some of the really talented players. This is a great pass, don't get me wrong, but there's just no money to be made in amateurs passing to pros.
Yeah, that's it. That is the hard part here. As Matic gonna put one on target. That's a big save coming out from Gyro. AJ trying to pass it over. Shot for Matic. Don't hit AJ. There you go. 150 bucks. $900 total for Matic and Team Gyro. Skunked so far. Now, I'm just going to say this to hopefully break the curse. We haven't had a team not make money yet. There hasn't been a single game. We've done 5 of these, and we've had players make some amount of money in every single game. So, Team Gyro, plenty of time left on the clock to do so, but we've never had someone not make money.
I've also never seen that play from AJ there where he had to, there's another demo, my goodness, where AJ had to, $30 for a save, so it's not zero. It's not zero. But AJ having to go ahead of that ball to make sure the tail end of his car didn't touch it, I felt like it even glitched, and it looked like AJ did touch it, but the credit went to Matic, which is huge. And now, hopefully, Team Gyro can get more than just a save on the board as he demos a pro. Gyro, you can demo amateurs. You can do whatever you need to try and get your team going right now. As AJ wall dashing passing field to Matic, but Gyro's the one there. St. Dopey gonna grab the boost, and that one's not on target, so it won't register as a save. But I almost just want St. Dopey to just lock in for demos exclusively. Anytime the ball is in the blue half, you're a demo machine, and orange half, you're a demo machine, and anytime it's over here in the blue half, then maybe you can look for some chances on net. As St. Dopey dunks this one. AJ is actually passing it in favor. Gyro's going to go for the bump. St. Dopey, no! It's a save! So AJ's team gets a bit of cash, but St. Dopey's so close to getting more than 30 on the board.
This is a chance, too. It was amateur and amateur there. St. Dopey just, couldn't keep up with it. And Matic's going to get a goal. My goodness, Matic is having quite the game here. $1,400 and some change for Team AJ. Matic making a ton of money right now here against Team Gyro.
Yeah, you gotta hype up Matic, you really do. But here, I think we need kickoff opportunities. St. Dopey is unfortunately not the one who's up on the kickoff, which can be helpful. But he's going to chase down AJ.
There it is. There it is.
That's great play from Team Gyro.
He's getting everyone now.
Yeah, this is how it needs to be. For the next 26 seconds, take off ball cam. There's no more ball cam. It's just grab 100 boost and chase down AJ.
Oh, wait. Maybe a chance for a goal. AJ got back in time, and the thing for the amateurs, you got to look for when. Oh, there it is, another one. That time it's Matic on Gyro, and maybe a goal. Oh my goodness, he puts it top shelf. 1875. Matic and Team AJ really making up for round 1. And boy, oh boy, that's what, 4 demos and 4 goals for Matic.
Huge run. I mean, what a play. That was about one of the best repeat plays you've seen. If you can catch a demo swinging through and get a $300 for that, next thing you know, you turn around and it's available to get a goal as well. As we have 4 seconds, I'm hoping for some Team Gyro cash. St. Dopey is up for this ball. Got to keep it playable for everybody on the field. I think everyone's going to want to keep it up as AJ now has to stop it on the goal line. Can Matic get there? No, it's going to drop. So 330 for St. Dopey. You know, still maybe not, or not even the lowest so far today in a single game, but 1875 for Team AJ. AJ's team was actually the team that had the lowest before this, and they bounced back heavy, so maybe we'll see that for Gyro in the future.
You get some experience, and hey, you know what? 30 bucks it was for 5 minutes of Rocket League. That's the most amount of money they're probably going to make playing Rocket League, at least one game. So you can't complain too much, but Team AJ, Matic, my goodness gracious. The dinner is on Matic tonight. All right, that's all I'm going to say. All right, he's buying us dinner. We're going to Outback Steakhouse, and we're getting everyone's getting a fillet. That's what's going to happen.
For
My
sure.
goodness. What a game. Just, what, $1,800 in one game? Yeah, seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, when somebody came in from my chat and had a huge run, they came and subbed later. I was like, you better set that sub up for a couple years.
Yeah.
that sub needs to come back for a while.
Yeah,
But
go ahead and
huge
give
winnings.
5 if you're making that much money. Yeah. All right. We are, 4 matches in. So 4 matches in, looking good so far. We've got 2 more left on the docket. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, more Carry Tax Invitational.
No way. Demo, dude.
Can you score this? Or
Got
no?
him.
Alright, go mid, go mid.
Yeah.
One touch here.
Touch.
Oh, nice.
Baby. Dude, we're
That's
grinding.
so much money.
That
That's
was
so
okay.
much.
There was
Nah, it's...
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio!
let's create moments from the games you love.
He'll take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Enlist in the galaxy's elite fighting force. Work together to protect your future. Join the Helldivers, the galaxy's last line of offense.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the Season 14 Carry Tax Invitational. My name's Corelli. Got Fear here still as well. We've got 2 more best-of-1 matches, And then, of course, our pro show match. I don't know what I was going to say there. The show pro match afterwards. Wait, the pro show match. Help me. I don't know how to talk. Welcome back, everybody. And we've got, as I said, 2 more matches to go. So let's go ahead and jump into our team number 1. See who we've got left on the docket to play and see who will be jumping into the field first. It will be team, drum roll. I'm thinking Team Garrett. I want Garrett again. There it is. Garrett, get back out there with Brain RL. Now, Garrett and Brain might have had the best synergy I've seen, Fear, with any pro-amateur duo yet in all of the Carry Tax Invitationals we've seen so far.
Yeah, if there was a world, an alternate universe where maybe repeat ups the goal amount and doesn't like rely, demos aren't worth double, then this is maybe the best squad we've ever seen. I mean, the way they were setting up opportunities for Brain to get finishes, I think every single goal was Brain's. I think all of them were assisted by Garrett G. And that's amazing. It didn't set records, and the only reason why is because demos are so huge. So if you rack up a few demos, you could still get beat out. But Garrett G and Brain, you know, they're doing it a pretty fun way. We get to see them on the ball a ton, and there's no better way to get some cash.
Yeah, they were really impressive for this format and for how this show works. Maybe the most impressive we've seen so far. Like you said, Garrett had all the assists, so let's just be clear. It was all 7 of the assists for Brain. So it was all 7 goals were assisted by Garrett. That's how much of an impact he had for Brain. Of course, Brain was there to put him away. Let's see who is team number 2. Who's going up against this team Garrett G and Brain? It's LJ and the Milkman. The Milkman's here. Finally, the Milkman's here. And LJ, that is one heck of a partner if you're the Milkman. We'll see if they're able to take down Team Garrett G.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few players who play on USE servers that are considered, you know, the best twos players there are. And LJ is definitely up there. LJ is among maybe the top 3, if not, maybe some people might even have him top 1, especially how often he's high on that leaderboard. Now, can he make it work when he needs to exclusively have the Milkman score? That'll be the question. Obviously, LJ has all the tools when it comes to everything you want to do in Rocket League. Now, right. I think LJ is a newbie to this format. Yep. I don't know if I've seen LJ play before, so he needs to learn quickly. The faster those pros learn, the better. Be able to get money in this first round will be good, but I think we're going to see Team LJ twice in a row because we haven't seen them yet. So even if they don't get some now, they'll have a chance again in the next round.
Now, real quickly, I know we're about to jump into game, but I heard that St. Dopey was a Chief Beef viewer. Mm-hmm. And the Milkman is the other viewer. I don't know. Can we expose where the Milkman came from? Is it Chief Beef or an Alpha Kept viewer? We'll have to find out, but I think that's where we're guessing St. Dopey came from. We saw him in there, so I don't know. But let's see what happens here. Team Garrett G and Team LJ. First time seeing Team LJ and first time seeing the Milkman. We'll see if they can come anywhere close to what Garrett G and Brain RL were able to do in their first game, making so much money.
LJ just boomed a ball rolling directly on target, and I think that's new pro behavior. I mean, there's just really a straight long shot all the way towards the net. There's just nothing to gain from that. I think LJ will probably catch up a bit, but it's interesting to see if Garrett and Brain will still pop up as hard, because sometimes it feels like lobbies are set up together, like one team playing the other team. Okay,
yeah, they are
doing just fine.
Yeah, you know what, Fear? Be quiet, man. Let them work. Let them work. And I'm surprised Garrett didn't get demo there. The Milkman did the right play, I think, and went for the demo on Garrett. I just don't think he was going fast enough. But he hit Garrett. Garrett kind of flung out under him. And then Garrett, of course, shoved it up towards Brain, and Brain puts it home. $150, just as you would expect with this duo. And Team Garrett G, the richer for it. Oh, my gosh.
Demo. Brain caught one on the back wall.
Another
demo. We saw it off screen.
Another one.
Another demo.
Look out, Garrett. He's going to come for you again. You've got to run. My goodness. And look at this. 750 to 300 just like that in like 3 seconds, and maybe some more. Brain almost able to put that one away.
Yeah, $450 in the course of 5 seconds, if even. And that's just how it can be here at the Carry Tax Invitational. LJ is going to head to the skies. Little camera check. I actually like that. Looking down to see what the amateur's doing. The amateur's just going for a demo. He says, you've frozen the pro in net, so I actually will just go worry about that and not the ball.
Wow. My goodness, this is going to be a high money affair. Maybe not high scoring, but we are going to be making some money if you're Brain and the Milkman. That's a lot of milk for the Milkman for the amount of money he's at right now.
Oh, for sure.
I just like saying Milkman. I think that's a great
Yeah.
name. By the way. That's got to be a top 2 name, top 1 name that we've had so far. It's a great name.
Oh, LJ, I love this. He had the dribble going and said, wait a second, no reason for me to be here by myself. I'll just carry the ball all the way back to my teammate. It also should be a message to the Milkman. Hey, you got to be around more. But the Milkman has said, I'm not playing for the ball. I don't care about the ball. I'm getting demos, and I have $900 before halftime.
Yeah, Milkman got a demo. Brain had an open net, and he missed. $150, and now LJ, last man back. He's got Garrett to think about, and he makes the save. Still a lot of money so far, and plenty of time. Just about halftime here in our singular game. Remember, we only play 5 minutes. We don't go to overtime. Brain's going to put it away, and the demo as well. Oh, my goodness. That's the best way you can do it.
This might be one of the best plays you could ever get in Carry Tax Invitational. Not only do you ball out on a pro, but in the process, you demo them to add $300 on top. That is a highlight play in the Carry Tax Invitational.
I don't know if Garrett got an assist there. That might be the first goal that... No, he didn't. That's the first goal Team Garrett G haven't assisted from Garrett. So far, Garrett's been able to be involved in every single game, but I don't think Brain's upset about it because the demo and the goal, $450 like you said, that is the highest money per second you could probably get in this Carry Tax Invitational.
Now Brain, is he going to get excited? Is he going to stop relying on Garrett? Oh, LJ, a little pro-on-pro demo. Nice dunk from the Milkman. We almost saw a save there from Brain, who swung around late. But credit to LJ, as we talked about his first time here. He is starting to get the ropes after that initial shot he rolled on the ground for no reason. He has focused on creating opportunities for the Milkman.
Yeah, Milkman's been great. That's a great follow-up, especially on the goal line there. Players get a little anxious. They get a little... they don't really push as hard as they should because they don't really know what's going to happen. They're not sure. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's another demo for Brain at $1,500 Sphere. He's creeping up on the record, and if he puts this one away, he's in business. LJ's there, but Team Garrett G, if I had to put money on a team to break a record, I'm looking at Team Garrett G right now.
Garrett just needs to beat LJ, but the ball's going to be so awkward.
Oh my gosh. That's a demo on Garrett.
A demo. Anytime you see a pro in the air and they used all their boost, I mean, you should just be giving up immediately on the ball and just preparing for them to hit the ground where they can no longer dodge. And it seems like the Milkman has been doing that and has farmed many demos. So they get beat out in the midfield now. LJ trying to pass upfield. I believe it is just the amateur back, but they couldn't get the opportunity. So it resets again. Brain into the corner. I think he's just going to go for the demo, but LJ went up the back wall, so not going to be able to happen this time.
What a great game so far. Minute left. And I'm not even talking about the score. It doesn't really matter. Just the money that's been racked up. Another little $30 there for the Milkman. And maybe the Milkman had an opportunity to put that one on target. Couldn't control himself. LJ trying to play it slow. Garrett. Now time's running out. Don't think we're going to get any records here, but maybe some more money for Brain. Garrett's not going to get there. Now the pass from LJ. Milkman, can he snipe the corner? He does, far side. $1,600 for the Milkman.
Yeah, great save. And then LJ leading up upfield. When you only have an amateur in net, that's got to be your time to shine. And Milkman finish it off, actually taking over the lead now. 16-10 for them. But Team Garrett G getting only 15-30. Can you imagine having only 15-30 in a single game? I feel for them. But 30 seconds left to go. They still have a chance. They actually could run it up even more as Brain tries to beat LJ to this one. And Garrett G, he is a legend on the goal line. He just keeps finding ways to make it free for Brain. He is so good at putting it right on his car. And it's another goal, and they're going to retake the lead.
Yeah, and LJ was quickly hunting after this one. Garrett did a great job just to get the Brain just in time. LJ, he had boost, but just couldn't get back to it. I don't know. LJ kind of looked like he gave up on it, but still good for Brain. 16-80, 16-10 for the Milkman. And another goal for Brain. Now at 18-30, where did the defense go from Team LJ?
Milkman, he was probably the kickoff guy leading. He left to go grab boost and probably prepare to get some demos, and LJ just cheated up as well, and so nobody's home. And that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's money for everybody once you start playing the game mode and start chasing and not playing defense. So Brain 18-30 Now Milkman seems fully locked in. We're on the perspective, and there is no ball cam on. It is just
Go
a
on,
chase
Brain.
down. Wait,
Flip
Brain's
reset.
gonna pop off. LJ!
On LJ.
Now. Oh, I wanted this so bad.
Oh, there's a demo right at the end. The Milkman got Garrett G. Oh my goodness, he's at 1900.
Oh,
LJ's holding, so he got another one.
Another one!
He's at 2200. Oh my goodness, that one almost was a record.
That was an absurd finish. We weren't even talking about Team LJ being the one to set the record. We were saying Garrett G's squad might be able to do it, but LJ with the huge carry at 0 seconds to keep the ball in the air and allow for the Milkman to grab multiple demos to finish us off. 7 demos. I don't know if all of those were on the pro, but my goodness.
The majority certainly were, but wow. 7 demos, 2 goals. LJ and the Milkman really got the job done here against Garrett G. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's their first match. That's the first time we've seen them. So you're sitting at $2,200 after one game. You still have one more game to play, and then you have the pro match, which we've talked about a little bit. But the pros that win the pro match, or the pro show match rather, they split the money with the pros. It's a $3,000 pot, so basically every pro will get $1,000. They'll split that with their amateurs. That's $500 for both the pro and the amateur on the winning side. So the Milkman's sitting in a great spot is what I'm trying to say. He's looking great.
That was one of the best starts, if not probably the best. We didn't keep track of this, but best first game ever, probably. I can't remember if the last time the record was set, if it was a second game. Usually it is, but man, they have another one to go, so they could maybe get a record setting in terms of how much money made over the whole event.
Well, Fear, obviously people can't join in the chat anymore, but you can join the next Carry Tax Invitational. You could auto-qualify into this. You won't have to fight for it in the chat. If you go to rpt.gg/CTI, the link right there at the middle of the screen, type that into your browser, go get involved, sign up. It's free, and you can qualify to be one of the first 4 people in this competition the next time we do it. These things I don't think are going away anytime soon, so you definitely want to get involved while it's here, and you can increase your chances of being on the show, and of course increase your chances of winning some money. Speaking of money, Fear, $20,000 in Rocket League tournaments every single month. So even outside of the Carry Tax Invitationals, you could earn even more money on repeat.gg and the opportunity to play some Rocket League, get some extra dollars in your pocket. I don't know, buy a nice little Octane decal or something. I don't know what you guys do these days, but you can go ahead, !repeat in the chat, check out the leaderboards, and of course get involved in the tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that Repeat is asking for more from you than they are. It's like, wait, all this money, they must want something huge from me. What they want from you is to play Rocket League ranked like you already do. Yep. There's really no reason not to do it. I mean, there's huge prize money to be made. It's not like weird loopholes or anything. You just go sign in with them, and for the season 14 launch cup, you just play ranked 3v3. Sometimes it's 2v2, sometimes it's other game modes, but it's really just playing Rocket League and making money. So definitely worth checking out.
What's better than that, right? Playing a little Rocket League, making a little money. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and all good things have to come to an end. We have one more of our 2v2 matches, and then of course the show match after that. We have one more, so let's go ahead and meet our team number 1 for match number 6 of the night. It is, of course, Gyro and Saint Dopey donning the pitch once more. It's their second time, of course. Everyone gets 2 shots at it, and Gyro and Saint Dopey, the last team to get their last shot. And they didn't do great compared to everyone so far, so I'm hoping that he and Dopey, I saw him in Discord. I think they've been chatting, sitting in there trying to strategize and see if maybe they can, I don't know, get more demos, get more goals, and get some more cash into their pockets.
Yeah, I mean, they only made $300 for 5 minutes of Rocket League, so they should really probably feel bad about themselves. I mean, it's just crazy to think that that's unfortunately a bad round, because it is. I mean, there's just a lot of money going out in these tournaments, so I think they'll bounce back. It is Saint Dopey, who I believe I saw chatting in Chief Beef's chat, so holding it down for Chief Beef. I'm not sure where their opponents came from, but it is probably going to be Team LJ, if I had to guess.
Yeah, we've only seen LJ once, so let's go ahead and take a look at Team 2. Fear spoiled it, but it is LJ and the Milkman. And listen, the Milkman brought the milk, all right? I'm not going to lie. He looked good. $2,200+ in game number 1. LJ and the Milkman so far have the record today, at least 22 and some change. I don't remember the extra amount on there, but yeah, $2,200 is a great way to start on a Monday night. And for LJ and the Milkman, Team LJ, one more chance here against Gyro and St. Dopey.
Yeah, we saw Team AJ bounce back super hard after their rough start. Gyro's going to want to do that as well. I'm not sure we've had a bigger dichotomy in terms of somebody coming in off of not the best round ever, which is Team Gyro, and then Team LJ, an almost record-setting round in the round before. So a lot of change for Team Gyro. I talked about this a little bit before, but sometimes just getting different opponents and the way they match up, a different pro to try and demo, it works out better. But it looks like the Milkman, just a little bit too strong of a touch. So not going to be able to get an immediate goal as we get started into our final Carry Tax Invitational game.
Time to do it one more time, and, well, Gyro's going to put away a pointless goal. No one got a save, no one got a touch from the amateurs. Almost getting demoed from the Milkman, I will say, but as we know, if you're just joining us on the night, amateurs scoring, amateurs getting demos and some saves, and they make money by doing that. The pros doing that, not so much. Gyro scoring, LJ scoring, we don't care. We don't want it, and you don't make money. We want Milkman to put away this shot. That's what we want. He might do so. He almost landed on top of it. Gyro was all over him.
Yeah, that's why you see LJ there at the midfield too, just turning away, not prepping for a potential pass from the Milkman because he feels there's really no reason. He's just going to prep on defense. But the Milkman now has Gyro to beat. We've already seen some amateurs beat some pros, but what we really don't want to see, which it seems like this game is almost creeping towards, is looking like a regular 2v2 game and not a Carry Tax Invitational game. That's when the money cannot be earned when you're playing it a little bit too straight-laced.
Wow.
Look at this pinch. Oh my goodness, is there a way Milkman can follow it up?
Oh
What
my
a
gosh.
setup. A team pinch into the corner, and the amateur finishes for 150.
What a pinch from the Milkman and LJ, and he's able to follow up on it as well. And what a way to get your first couple of bucks here for Team LJ and the Milkman. And for Team LJ, that's some synergy right there. They're showing off the team synergy. I love it.
Yeah, LJ going to the kickoff, and when he hits the kickoff and stops after using his boost, that's a great time to demo him. I'm not sure where we saw. I guess St. Dopey was at the kickoff too, so I guess that's the downside. Maybe you got to just bail and not go for the kickoff.
Okay.
But there's a demo. Happened off screen. St. Dopey found LJ and actually almost got another dunk for the nice $450 play where you get the demo and the quick goal. St. Dopey on the board. Actually double the money of the Milkman, since they only got a goal, as Gyro's now going to work. Needs St. Dopey around. St. Dopey, I think this is something that they could do to improve their money making, is you really need to stay glued to your pros' hip, especially when they're on offense.
Yep, you got to stay close. You know that your pros are going to be able to set you up. So you're right. Gyro and St. Dopey got to stay closer together. Another demo from St. Dopey, $300, and now $600 rather. As Gyro, I think, is just going to attack the net. Maybe a goal for St. Dopey. Back post shot off the post. And now he's chasing LJ. LJ running for his life as he's just wide rotating out St. Dopey. I like the game plan, though, from St. Dopey. He's really just going for the demos. And another one. And it works, guys. The demos work. We've seen it so many times here on the Carry Tax Invitational. You don't have to play the game properly. Just demo the pro. You can make so much money. Another one. This time for Milkman on Gyro.
I think the Milkman was... Oh, no, that was Milkman and LJ. I kind of got confused by this blue-looking car from the Milkman, but they are on that orange team. As LJ pass in field. Maybe a shot opportunity. Going to the back wall corner. Follow-up. Big fake. Unfortunately, that does not help out the squad, as Gyro grabs the midfield 100 and hasn't really been able to get a passing opportunity yet for St. Dopey, although there has been a couple chances to get demos clearly, as they're at $900. St. Dopey actually just got a bump on LJ, so nothing earned from that. As the net is wide open, it's a team bump over for Team LJ. I'm not sure what they're doing, and St. Dopey will get to walk it in.
Okay, so hey, after the last time we saw Team Gyro, St. Dopey and him didn't do great. But this time, you're guaranteed at least $1,000. Team Gyro really, really cranking up a notch here. And I think it comes off the back of St. Dopey getting those demos. He got $900 in demos. And now getting his first goal, at least in this game. And making a little extra cash to put him into the four-figure mark.
Yeah, as a neutral fan, it's great to see the team that struggled last time having a good run. And, you know, I'm not going to shed too many tears for Team LJ, even if they don't get any more money here in this round after the round they had last time. But Gyro, a little pro-on-pro action to make it easy for the Milkman.
Plenty of time for Team LJ to get their money, or at least their money's worth. And Gyro getting removed from that certainly helps the Milkman on his open net shot, and $150 richer.
2-2 on the scoreline, but it's not going to matter. It is St. Dopey and Gyro who are much higher up on the money line, and that's due to St. Dopey turning off that ball cam and chasing down LJ. Right now, LJ trying to get this out to Milkman, but Milkman's busy looking for the demo play and wasn't able to get it. Gyro evades. A little dunk on a pro, though. If only this pass could be worth something, because then definitely Milkman would have found LJ there for a goal. But really no reason to do that in this game mode. St. Dopey about to pop off. A little air dribble. Can they find a way in? I mean, Gyro can't really help, though, is the problem. I think Gyro, again, would finish that if it made any sense to, but it doesn't, so he lets it bounce out.
I think St. Dopey landed in the box with the ball bouncing. He goes, okay, now what? I don't know what to do. As everyone was kind of watching him take that one. Now Gyro, I think he's looking for the challenge here. Dropping it down, that's perfect. Perfect from Gyro. Keeping that ball from going straight into the net and trying to knock it down into LJ and drop it just right into the box. He didn't even hit LJ at that point. Just lowered it into the box, and St. Dopey there, $1,200 for St. Dopey.
Yeah, when you get the reset on the ball sometimes with those wheels, it has a way of just slowing down the ball and kind of gluing it to you. And Gyro using that to his advantage to slow it down and make sure St. Dopey can catch back up. He doesn't have boost right now, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to finish this one. Gyro actually protected the net there. I think a late recovery from the Milkman, who was maybe making sure they did not get bumped. And Gyro and St. Dopey having a huge round.
You know what I just remembered, Fear, from our last Carry Tax Invitational? There is, and I'm saying this now with 30 seconds left in this game, there is that certain goal explosion. That if an amateur scores, they'll also get a demo on the pro player. I just remembered that. I don't know if it was the missiles or the choppy one. I don't remember what it was, but I just saw the pro demo there in the replay, because you could still get demos while the goal got scored, if that makes sense, in that time between the goal score and the replay. And we've seen that a couple times where there's a pro-on-pro demo there as the last 10 seconds tick off. And St. Dopey, my goodness, have yourself a game, my friend. Make that money back. You know what? Game one wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best. Now, my goodness, you're walking away with, I think from game one, almost $2,000 for 2 games of Rocket League.
Yeah, there's never a time better to score than in these last 15 seconds, which everybody just starts throwing regular strategy, you know, away and just starts diving for demos left and right. There's so many open nets. St. Dopey taking advantage. But yeah, I mean,
he got it right at the end.
The last second demo. LJ trying to keep it up, instead demo to get it 1,800. What a huge play. But like you were saying, now that the games are finally over, it feels like we're almost hiding it from everybody. But I wonder if those missiles goal explosion could get even more points for people.
Yeah. There is one. I don't think it was the missiles one, but there is one out there that will demo the pro in that time between the goal score and the replay. But anyways, I don't know what that just popped into my head. Congrats to Team Gyro and St. Dopey for really picking it up from game 1 to game 2. Big improvement. I think you clearly saw the strategy, right? It's St. Dopey going for demos, and it paid off tremendously. He was at $900 right off the rip, but even on the other side, Team LJ, I can't, like you said, I can't really shed a tear for him. You had a $2,200 look in your game 1, and you walked away with, what, $600-700 in game number 2. Still a fantastic game from them. And for the Milkman, I think probably made the most amount of money here so far, at least through our first little section of tonight.
Yeah, I wonder, I think Team Garrett G, even though they were actually the second place in that previous round, they had 2 really solid rounds. So there's actually a chance that I could see their total money being over the top of Team LJ.
Right. That's right.
But still a good performance from Team LJ, nothing to hang your head about. But like I mentioned before, and we've mentioned a few times, the people who end up in the top in terms of money of the whole event always have the pro on their team that won this final show match, which is the last thing we have coming up later.
Yeah, it matters. And that's what we have coming up next. Best of 5. All of our pros are going to play regular Rocket League now. And the winner of that will get a $3K prize pool that will be split with that pro player that wins and their amateur duo. So we're going to go to a break, get that set up. When we come back, 3v3 normal Rocket League show match with all of our pros. See you on the other side.
Whoa.
I'll try to set you up. Oh, open.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio.
let's create moments from the games you love.
Come take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Enlist in the galaxy's elite fighting force. Work together to protect your future. Join the Hellbreakers, the galaxy's last line of offense.
PlayStation.
Everyone, and welcome back to the Season 14 Carry Tax Invitational. It's still Corelli. It's still Fear. And we have one more thing left on the docket for tonight. We've done all of our, I don't know what to call them, our little bounty matches that we saw with our influencers and our amateurs. We got through that Fear, but now it's time to get into our show matches where all of our pro players will come together in a normal 3v3 Rocket League game.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And the reason why we're doing this is because Repeat is out here, and Repeat has the Season 14 Launch Cup going on right now. They're partnering with Rocket League, a $10,000 prize pool. If you haven't realized that these guys are willing to give out money in order for you guys to join Repeat, then you haven't been watching this event. But make sure to check it out. You can enter now. You can play on a ton of different platforms. There's really no reason not to check out Repeat. You get to play ranked alongside, playing in these tournaments. You're not going in and playing a regular tournament where you have to fight against, all these top level pros. No, you can just go play ranked like you always do. I think specifically the Season 14 Launch Cup is a 3v3 tournament. So if you already play ranked 3v3, why not join on a Repeat and have a chance to win a little bit of the $10,000 prize?
Yeah, 30% of the participants in that leaderboard will be paid out as well. So you don't even have to be like super at the top. You can, the top 30%, of course. But it's really cool. Repeat caters for all skill ranges, as Fear was saying. So it's really fun to be able to log on there, and no matter what skill you are, have the opportunity to earn a little bit of cash. Obviously qualify for stuff like this, and of course compete in the tournaments across the board on the website. So you want to go and check it out. Trust me, I know we've been saying it all night, but we really mean it when you have the opportunity to make a lot of money, not just here on these shows, but across the board on the Repeat site. So please go check it out. But now, Fear, as I was talking about, let's get into our show matches, and let's talk about what we're about to see in our normal now 3v3 Rocket League. Let's go ahead and meet team number 1, see which pros are paired up with who. It's team by the TSM Decal, Garrett, LJ, and Wavy. Well, can we take a guess on who named the team, Fear?
I'm thinking Wavy got naming rights. That's pretty interesting. That they're getting to use, the likes of Garrett and LJ to help get the TSM decal, but by the TSM decal, I guess so. Hey, Garrett, LJ, and Wavy, that is a really solid team for this show match.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary team, honestly. That is one of those pickup teams that you feel like could have a lot of synergy right off the rip. And I think typically what we've seen in our pro matches is that those teams that do have the obvious synergy right off the bat, especially playing with former teammates, has led to very early leads and series leads. So by the TSM decal, Garrett, LJ, and Wavy, that is your first team of the night, which means, of course, by deduction, Fear, that our team number 2, let's go ahead and take a look at them in case you forgot who the rest of the pros are. AJ, Gyro, and Knight. Of course I knew they were going to be called the Peeps. I knew they were going to say the Peeps. We knew that. AJ and Gyro, of course, having that synergy, but and former teammates. But yeah, the Peeps. Is this the first? This is the second time I feel like we've seen the Peeps play or rather, someone named themselves the Peeps. Because I think Gyro also named his last team in the last show match the Peeps.
Yeah. The Peeps are back. I can't remember if the Peeps won last time. Gyro is that guy when it comes to these types of formats. I think Gyro does a great job of just fitting in with no matter who he's with. And so that'll be the answer for them against a really, star-studded squad, I would say. And the squad they're playing against by the TSM decal is a very solid team. So AJ, Gyro, Knight versus Garrett G, LJ, Wavy in a regular best of 5. No longer is it about getting demos. No longer is it about setting people up. The score matters again. There's overtime again.
Yeah,
it's all back to what you're used to playing to in ranked, and it's just 6 solid pros in a show match.
So it's everything that Fear just said, and then of course there is a prize pool for this, and the winning pro team will split their money with the amateurs. So the amateurs are sitting on the sideline right now with their pom-poms cheering on their pro player because, of course, if they win, they get a little check cut towards them, and that's gotta feel good. Hey, there's only one thing better, Fear, than making money while playing Rocket League, and it's making money while not playing Rocket League, while you watch Rocket League. That's when it's better, is if you're watching Rocket League and you're making money doing it. That's when you've really reached peak Rocket League experience.
Yeah, I think we have people watching right now who know how nice it is to make money while watching Rocket League, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I wonder
who. Yeah, I think I'm actually one of those people myself, that I do a lot of watching Rocket League. So, yeah, watching Rocket League is probably the best way to make money alongside playing it, and that's what we have here today. And so, if I'm on the Garrett G, well, how about I ask you? Maybe you'll have an opinion. Which squad do you think is coming away with the show match with?
Well, I'll answer the question you were about to ask. I would rather be on Garrett G's team for sure. Nothing against the other guys, but you know what? I'm buying the TSM decal. All right, I'm all in on the TSM decal. I feel like that team's going to have some good synergies, but I don't know. I feel like the Peeps are going to be pretty strong right off the rip. I think Knight will be a big X factor for him. I think AJ will as well, but I think LJ is the guy you got to watch out for on the Garrett G side. That's the big boy on the other side that I feel like when he has a good game, man, it's all over. All right, you're watching him for the rest of the time.
Yeah, no longer does LJ. Well, LJ did great in the carry tax portion of the event too, but
yeah,
I think he gets really unlocked. He's a striker, he's a scorer, and now he doesn't need to assist to anybody else. He can do it all by himself if he really wants to. It's not going to be an easy lobby to do it all by yourself. but AJ has done it in, or sorry, I should say LJ, but AJ's actually done it as well.
Yep.
LJ can do it in the toughest possible lobbies you could ever throw at him, so you should expect a lot from him. If you're LJ's teammate, you probably feel good right now.
We've seen, again, this is going to be a best of 5. We've seen quite a few of these. You know, in the beginning, a lot of them were blowouts. What's your take on this one real quick as we're about to jump into game? What are you saying? What's the score?
For some reason, I feel like we're in for another blowout. I feel like when we have two pro teams, for some reason, it feels like it could be close, and it's not. The last time we had a close match, we had a couple creators involved, and it went, I think, all the way to game 5. So
yeah.
I'm actually not sure which way it's going to go. I think I would lean by the TSM decal. That team just looks too strong on paper. But will it be a sweep? Sure, why not? I'll say it'll be a sweep.
Wow, okay, a sweep. Well, I'll say 3-1 as things opening up for the Peeps right off the bat with demo coming out from Knight. And Gyro and AJ, the Peep synergy coming back. First 15 or so seconds go to the Peeps.
Huge chain dashing from AJ to set it up and to instantly silence us, because I think you said you're also favoring by the TSM decal 3-1. Well, the Peeps said we have a different storyline to write, and it involves a setup and a quick goal. So can by the TSM decal come back here? Will Garrett G and LJ, you know, have the same kind of ability under a team name with TSM in it, or will they be contractually obligated to not play as well? I don't know.
That's right. There's some politics happening here for sure. We'll find out. It's Wavy, who's the only one in a TSM decal, by the way, I think. As that was put off the post, Knight gonna follow it up and just barely gonna put that one in. A 2-goal lead for the Peeps. And what happened here? Just everyone racing back, and LJ's lucky that one even hit the post to give him a shot. Otherwise, it was wide open for Knight.
Curly, did I pick against Gyro? Did I pick against Gyro in a 6-man's type format? What was I thinking?
I think you
Can
did.
I go back? Can I go? Is it too late to go back? Is the prediction still open?
Let me tell you, Fear, once you let those predictions out of your mouth, you can never go back. And the chat won't let you do that either. All right? How dare you?
Garrett. They're diving on the ball together. It's not looking so great for by the TSM decal. We were expecting such a hot start from them. But, I mean, actually, to be fair, we're actually expecting what we've seen so far. You talked about those ex-teammates playing well together. Gyro and AJ immediately off to the 2-0 lead as they've been on offense what feels like the entirety of the game as well. A little pin to the backboard as they attempt to not allow a shooting opportunity. It doesn't seem like anybody from the Peeps be able to follow this ball up, though, as they're starting to get starved out. A little demo from LJ on tonight. Can they make anything happen? All of the Peeps in the back corner. Not a great place to be, and yet still it seems like they might survive.
Yeah, you're right. Here, we really should have listened to our own analysis, is what you're saying. As now Wavy trying to attack, and the follow-up there from Garrett G, and by the TSM decal, well, they're able to get on the board.
Now I'm starting to worry that it's gonna go back the other way, and then I'm gonna keep having to flip-flop. Maybe I should just talk about what's going on the field, which is Garrett G setting up Wavy. So far, only a TSM player has scored on by the TSM decal. I'm not sure if this is a trend we should put too much stock in, but it's something I'm noticing for now as the kickoff play leads to Garrett G forcing to make his save. Knight has Gyro in field, but Garrett turning back on the ball after getting past the play. AJ, a little reset. It's a lot of work, and it's actually a perfect pass for the carry tax portion of our event, where the ball just falls straight down in front of the net, but it's going to have to be a little bit speedier if you want to set up a pro.
2-1 is your score line. Coming up on halftime in game number 1. Remember, best of 5, normal rules here. We will play overtime if they go as well. And his follow-up from Garrett G is denied. Follow-up now from Wavy, trying to pick his spot. It's Knight to deny. Garrett still wants to keep this one alive, fighting for it on top of the net. It pops out for the Peeps only momentarily. LJ into the tackle. AJ, some boost, some space, straight into Wavy. As by the TSM decal, we'll have to play from their own corner. Here's LJ now. Past 1. No boost for LJ. In the next corner, he's past 2. Looking for the bump. Almost got it, but Garrett's there to put it home, and we're all tied up.
LJ going to work, getting involved. This time not with the scoring, but with the setup. And AJ, even if he didn't get bumped by LJ, I'm wondering if he's worrying about that pressure and feels like he needs to get off the inside of the wall early and not get the best of angles to stop Captain America. It's 2-2 as the kickoff play actually goes in favor of the Peeps again. I feel like the kickoffs have been going their way, but by the TSM decal, they handle it. Garrett G trying to get a bump to make it possible for LJ to go to work. A little reset off the ceiling, but he is met with a challenge. And now Gyro Going to be able to pinch this on the side wall to pop it over one. Can he get the 50 with Wavy? Can't. Can Garrett G get this angle? It was a crazy angle he was looking for. AJ has the first save, and he actually has the follow-up save on Wavy. Garrett G's going to go back to work as he pops this to the ceiling, has the resets. He's got three defenders to beat. He might beat them all, though, but the ball slowly on the goal line. Knight, 2 saves in a row, keep them alive.
Oh, my goodness. Everyone just watched Garrett do that. As LJ wants that pinch. It's given back to LJ. It's cut out by Knight. Garrett G fighting for it. LJ trying to drop it back down, and AJ there to turn it away for now. Knight trying to throw this one downfield to his teammate. LJ a little slow to get after this one. Gyro was there. As we're still tied with just over a minute left. Let's see what Wavy can do. He's passed one over to LJ from the corner. Trying to drop this one back down, but Wavy got bumped. Garrett playing safe. Now the clear coming out from Gyro from his own corner. Oh my gosh, what a stop from Gyro. Unfortunately, the follow-up was there from Garrett, and now he's passed one again. So many times players are beating the other side on the sideline, and AJ, a little chain dash to catch that one up. Wow. How did AJ get back to that ball? My goodness, AJ, look at the mechanics to stay with this as he comes down.
AJ showing the benefit of the zap dash. There are so few times that landing wave dash gives you the slightest burst of speed, and AJ is the kind of guy who's working on that at all times. You'll see him do it even moments where it doesn't matter, but every so often the stars align, and exactly what you need to get the goal is just a little bit more speed, and that dash got him there to get to the ball first and put the peeps up. With now 25 seconds left to go as Garrett G is off the back wall to LJ. The soft touch will not be enough to score. A little passing play from Wavy as he knows he's not going to be able to get the power. Tries to find a teammate to do it for him. As by the TSM decal on offense, this one to the back wall. Now LJ putting it up to himself, and both defenders, they dove across each other but didn't make a save. LJ had it easy on it.
Yeah, LJ. That's the easiest goal he's going to get. That one came clean off the back wall. Gyro was in a disarray. Knight, I think, was kind of shocked that it came out so cleanly, and LJ there to put it home. He had a wide open view, wide open net, and we're tied up 3 apiece. I don't know, Fear. We were talking about this one maybe going being quick, but this one's looking more like it's going to go the distance, unless right at the end, Knight passed one, and Garrett will make sure we go to overtime.
The peeps have looked good on the kickoffs. I think they've been setting up plays as much as you can with a pickup squad here, but this time around, it does seem like by the TSM decal, or at least into the orange half first, as Knight has to force it straight up in the air as a way to try and play it to his teammates, but they weren't really able to play it for very long. As now Wavy is going to be awkwardly reversing the ball in the corner. It's going to 50 out or bouncing out to Knight. LJ actually flipped away from it, leaving it for Garrett, and Wavy trying to get a demo as he passes back through. LJ meets Gyro, and a dunk from Garrett G is going to do enough. It actually didn't stop the ball, but it did head it straight to Wavy. It's Knight reset over one. Little pinch sends the ball zooming, as now AJ, who has been a mastermind in setting stuff up for them, is not going to be allowed to get to work as LJ gets up into the corner, takes it away, wants another dunk, but Knight gets around it, leaves it for Gyro, and now all of the peeps are set up on that left side of the field.
See what Wavy can do. He's passed one. LJ's there, but can't get in time. Or can't get there in time. A minute into overtime. Pass over to Knight. Denied again. Both these players counter-punching each other at the perfect time. So many times it looks like there's a clean shot for the shooter, and then a defender comes out of nowhere and makes a perfect save, a perfect block. As LJ, my goodness, hitting all of that one, but it's straight back into AJ, who's trying to work his magic through the corner. Now Gyro shot on target, looked for the dunk as well. Garrett smartly avoids it. Now AJ. He's got a little bit of boost to work with as he comes back down, and the peeps are knocking on the door here, but they cannot break through. AJ was a little bit too low of boost to really make anything dangerous happen, and the same maybe could be said for LJ. He was too low. And it's coming up now on 2 minutes of overtime.
Yeah, the peeps, they kept by the TSM decal. They kept them pinned back for so long, but they didn't get some final boost steals allowed by the TSM decal to get what they needed to escape. So the extended attack in overtime, it's going to be all for nothing if they can't find a way to get themselves back on offense. They do have it in the blue half again as Garrett trying to get some bumps, doesn't succeed in doing so, as now Knight rolls it to Wavy. Wavy gets a couple touches in a row. He's got a couple defenders to beat, but he keeps it on the goal line. A little team pinch actually gets blocked in order to not get sent probably directly into the net. Now another team pinch as Garrett G gets a pinch with the opposing team player. Everybody's all over this ball. And LJ, with a little bit of the boost left to work with, decides to leave that ball bouncing instead of putting it towards the goalie as Wavy beats AJ, and now a huge clear from Gyro to send it to the blue half.
Tension certainly growing here in game number 1. This is only game 1, boys. And yet, no one able to break the deadlock in overtime. 3 minutes of overtime. Unless this one goes in, LJ will make the save. The Peeps, they've been very close to breaking down the by the TSM decal team. As Garrett will put this one off the back wall, off the pinch. And Peeps haven't had to play too much defense either. By the TSM decal, we got to come up with a better name for them. I can't.
Yeah,
so many words.
Tough.
It's just so many words. But the TSM decal, that's what I'm going to say now, done well to keep away the Peeps, especially defensively through the corners. Peeps been really trying to set up the solo plays. Here's AJ. This one coming back out. Wavy trying to keep this one out. TSM decal doing their best. And they'll just boom it downfield. I don't think Garrett's got a lot of options here. Now LJ working through the corner. Both he and AJ sporting that SSG decal. Here's Garrett G, back wall. Follow up. Wavy's there. Dropped it down, but Gyro read it all the way. Wavy splits the defenders. And the second touch. What was that from Wavy?
Wavy did it all himself. A dunk on the back wall with Gyro. He taps this around 2 defenders, gets them both missing, and then a pass to himself off the back wall for the nuttiest angle I've ever seen, and the game 1 win for buy the TSM decal. I think you might have to buy the TSM decal.
Wow. That was quite the play from Wavy. And to do that in, 3-4 minutes of overtime? My goodness. What a way to start off this show match. If you are an amateur sitting on the sideline right now watching your pro player play for you with some money, that one's going to, you're going to need a bypass surgery after that one. Close
for
game
sure.
1.
I mean, now technically my original prediction that I'm stuck to having is still true with game number 1. Look at the overlay. It says match 7. You know, it felt like, I guess it is match 7. Wait, yeah. I realized it's match 7 that we're playing. I thought they were saying a game 7. It felt like a game 7 in a single game either way. But it is by the TSM decal. Team LJ, everybody getting involved too. Wavy didn't have a goal until that overtime. Got probably one of the most important goals, and he had 2 assists on the other ones. So definitely very involved. A ton of shots. Obviously, the score lines get really high as you get deep into overtime, but we may not go to overtime in game number 2. It's yet to be seen, as by the TSM decal will start this best of 5 up early.
Whoa. There you go. The Peeps respond instantly in game 2, unfortunately. 6 seconds in, LJ not able to make the save, and the Peeps on the board first right off the bat.
Yeah, the kickoffs have just been well for them, and we saw at the beginning of the last game 2 quick goals in under a minute. You know, that means the plays coming off the kickoff have to be favoring them. That one was under 10 seconds, so it's definitely an immediate kickoff play. Going the way of the Peeps. Can they win in the long 3-minute midfield plays as well, like TSM decal did? They won that overtime. LJ will pass infield to nobody, but Wavy might look for another nutty angle. This time it's too soft, and now the counterattack looking to break out as AJ found Knight on the side wall. LJ will intercept, and he wanted to drop down to Garrett, but not allowed to do so. Knight with the last flick. I think it's everybody rotating back from the TSM decal. Could have been a chance there, but Garrett able to pinch it on the back wall before anything too dangerous comes. Oh, I didn't see LJ there. I thought that was just on target, but LJ had to save as well.
Kind of hiding behind that ball, but the first minute looking like it's going to go towards the way of the Peeps. Have been just all offense so far. This is a demo on AJ. Or excuse me, on LJ. Garrett G looking to buy some time for TSM decal. Looking to follow up and get them on some offense. It's been mostly TSM decal playing defense. The Peeps have been the attackers so far. Garrett G, that's not the pinch I think he wanted. So he goes back towards his side. Gyro can't control it, but Knight will, at least into the corner. Wavy to respond as TSM decal looking for a way out. AJ got an amazing pinch back out towards the midfield. I don't think anyone believed in him. And now Knight, no boost. Can't follow up, and Gyro doing his best. Just to throw it away over to AJ. Maybe AJ can make some magic happen, but it's LJ to beat him out. Now Wavy on the attack. Can he pull off some magic again? This time, not able to keep control.
Launch one up to AJ. AJ, one defender to beat, but isn't able to get the ball to a clean enough scoring position. As Gyro looking to use a reset to keep them on offense, but it's sitting there pretty for Wavy to take away, and nobody stops him as he sets up off the side wall, off the ceiling. LJ, oh my goodness, wait, that. No, I guess LJ was attacking that net. I'm slightly confused with some of these decals, but very close shot. LJ not able to finish, though. It's that orange SSG decal throws me off every time.
I know. And yet, only one person in the TSM decal, so, you know, there's a bunch of liars here, but Wavy trying to put it to good use. That's a great touch from Wavy. Unfortunately, no one there. As we're just past the halfway point. Still a hotly contested game 2. I mean, game 1, obviously we had multiple minutes of overtime, but at game 2, it's certainly setting up to be that way. As AJ trying to double up their lead. The Peeps have been backing off a bit more. Seems like TSM decal slowly starting to figure them out. Garrett, the pinch, dangerous ball. LJ looking for 2, doesn't get it. Follow from Garrett's there, and the turn away from Gyro. As 2 minutes are left on the clock.
LJ cutting this back in field, not taking it at the 3 defenders that are waiting in net. Wants to extend the play for his team, and this is the reason why you need to pull some of those defenders out before you're going to find a way to score. And that's what Wavy does with this double off the back wall. Got Knight to miss there late, and Garrett gets it around them for the finish.
Yeah, that was a great touch from Garrett. Super smooth to keep that momentum on the ball and push it towards the net, keep it dangerous in such a fluid motion. All tied up here, exactly how we expected. As Wavy almost had an opportunity to put another one on target. Garrett G working his magic through the back wall. LJ beat by AJ for the moment. As TSM decal looking to steal away another game. They're losing this game for at least a minute and a half. Found their equalizer, and now maybe a breath of fresh air. Feels like their offense really clicking.
Yeah, they've been here in the orange half. I mean, it's interesting. Even if they got a late goal here, so much time has been spent in both games now with the Peeps, seeming like they're not just controlling the scoreline, but, you know, the whole flow of the game. And then to see them lose late, the fact that they could maybe lose this one now after such a strong start. Knight is going to go wave dashing through the corner here. Can't get a follow-up as Gyro sends it high. LJ first one to it. Wavy, I don't think he's going to be able to get this follow-up before AJ takes it away. Garrett trying to keep TSM decal on offense, a place they weren't for the first few minutes, and that's a special spot for TSM decal. This time, instead of a back wall read, it almost Garrett pinching it in, but it did go wide. And now Gyro, first time in the blue half for a while. AJ's going to pinch it down. LJ seems to always have that touch to put his team back on offense with 26 seconds left to go. It's going to be Garrett unable to follow from the ceiling, so LJ will again be the one to keep it at the midfield line. Gyro sending it to the midfield to Wavy as AJ wants a double, leaves it off for Gyro, who goes to the back wall. LJ clears it before any final shooter. And now 7 seconds left to go. The Peeps have an attacking run here. AJ put it just wide of the net. LJ able to get the save. That net was open and available. If AJ had put it slightly left, 0-second opportunity still for the Peeps, but it will hit the ground. And another overtime in game number 2.
Back-to-back overtimes. Can TSM decal steal away another? Last overtime, it was many minutes. Was it 3 or 4? Can't remember now. AJ.
3:30.
3:30, so a long time in overtime. The Peeps trying to fight back. Give TSM decal a taste of their own medicine. Maybe here in game 2 with the overtime win. Garrett would like to say no thank you to that as he's looking for bumps on the attack, and TSM decal pushed up now. Wavy into his first tackle. Gyro with a great pre-flip challenge and keeps the ball somehow. He keeps going. Down the sideline, AJ back post shot is turned away by Wavy. Great placement from AJ. Now Garrett trying to find Wavy in the corner. Garrett's going to follow it up, but it's AJ who does well for the Peeps to break out. The Peeps, who have had so much pressure early on, feels like they've really fizzled out. And now with the demo, here comes Wavy, but he's denied quickly by Gyro.
Yeah, AJ, he followed that dribble with a bump. Garrett G. Oh, he couldn't get the save. I think he was getting messed with there on the back line. It might have all started when AJ got that first demo, made it a 3-on-2 momentarily, and a couple different bumps. AJ boxing out Garrett to prevent him from getting the angle, and a bump at the midfield too. Not that that person was going to have a chance at getting back, but still, obviously the Peeps getting very physical, and this time the overtime will go their way.
That's right. One apiece here in this best of 5. Remember, the winning team, they get a prize pool. It's a $3,000 prize pool, so $1,000 will go to each pro player, and then from that $1,000, it'll be split with their amateur. So a pro player will get $500, their amateur will get $500. So the amateurs are certainly watching this and cheering on their pro players that they played with to earn an extra and free $500. We're tied up in this best of 5, 1-1, as the Peeps were able to rally back in the overtime and get the overtime goal in the first, or just over a minute, and tie up this series.
And we're going to be quickly into game number 3. Now, I don't want to get this wrong, but from what I'm seeing, my intel is maybe telling me that the show match is for $6,000.
Oh.
What would you say to that?
I would say that's double of what we have advertised it for, Fear.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm seeing some evidence here, and if, it's no longer true, then Repeat might need to clean up some of that evidence laying here in the format. But I'm seeing $6,000 and a $1,000 split between both the amateur and the pro. So a huge win here. They could potentially get in the show match. Now, one of the early, that was a great shot by LJ. One of the early Carry Tax Invitationals had, I think, just the $3,000. But what I understand, the past few are now at that $6,000 prize pool.
You know what? Fear, if I'm wrong, that's the best type of wrong, because it means more money for people. All right. So either way, there is the prize pool. Maybe has just been doubled. I don't know, but regardless, money on the line here, and a very, very hotly contested series so far. 2 overtimes, back-to-back overtimes, and really a low-scoring affair so far. As these guys, they're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I mean, coming into it, LJ is really strong, but anytime you put, a couple of teammates like AJ and Gyro, they're always going to perform really well together. And I think that's actually something that they've done so far in these Carry Tax Invitationals, is they maybe team up a couple players, but then drop what they think might be the strongest player on the other team, try and balance them out. And, it hasn't necessarily worked every time, but it seems like this is about as close as we've ever seen one so far. Now, I don't know if it's going to end up that way. We've seen 2 overtimes, and right now, this game is neck and neck after about a couple minutes. No scoring either way, as by the TSM decal find themselves in the orange half. Going to be a whiff from Knights, but maybe intentionally leaving it off for Gyro, who doesn't have a ton of boost left over, but actually gets the ball directly in front of the net, and his teammate was actually looking for demos. Had he not been doing that, there's maybe a chance he could have tapped it in, but now they find themselves back on defense. Gyro can't get around Wavy. Can Wavy get another touch? He doesn't, but he actually forces AJ to play quickly. Doesn't matter, he still finds his teammate Gyro. LJ now from the ceiling has Wavy far ahead, forced into a 50 instead. Some madness from Demos in the ensuing play. Garrett gonna have to rotate back to make the save.
See what LJ can do. As still a scoreless game in game 3. It's been very, very close. I guess that's what you expect when you put 6 pro players into a lobby. They kind of just figure it out. They make it entertaining either way. 2 minutes left on the clock. A little pass came out, but Wavy was there to cut off the angle. Now LJ. See if he can get involved. I feel like we haven't said his name too much, and maybe we're about to, as Garrett was there for the pass, and still Garrett, I think, lingering. As TSM decal trying to get their offense going again.
Nice soft first touch to try and keep it for himself, but good from Garrett to cut it off and recognize he was going to have a chance to be involved in the play. Maybe he didn't realize it at first. If Knight had played it quickly, he wouldn't have. But always good to be a pest whenever possible. LJ is going to clean up the backboard here, as we are now a minute 40 left in this game number 3. Neck and neck in the series, neck and neck in this game. And I would say even the pressure from both teams have been there at times. So hasn't necessarily leaned either way. LJ is going to send one on target. Garrett needed to redirect it because AJ was there to make the save if he didn't. But Garrett put it off target. Now LJ has one headed towards the top right. Save is made. Redirect again. denied by the TSM decal as Garrett wants a bump, but there's 2 defenders there. Wavy couldn't get the touch in field. It might even be better for them, though, as LJ has a great opportunity. He's got boost to work with. A couple touches in a row. AJ forced to send it high. Is there any follow-up for by the TSM decal? Garrett's going to pin it off the backboard, and Wavy will follow it up. This could be a strong attack if they can keep them back. It looks like the Peeps are very low on boost. 12-0-12. Not looking great for them as this time winds down, but a couple of respawns there might be able to get them out. Garrett has a fake here, leaving it for Wavy, and he touched it up to the back wall where Knight and Gyro are able to get us to the midfield line, and there AJ will finally clear it out to end that attack.
Maybe only for a moment. Garrett gets a booming clear, and he's able to follow back up. He found the post. Wavy's there, but both 2 defenders from the Peeps dive at it and make the save. TSM decal on the brink of scoring. Like sharks in the water, just circling the Peeps side. The Peeps are doggy paddling to get out. Garrett G fighting for it in the corner, and finally a good clear for the Peeps. Can they seal this one away? It's AJ. And Wavy there to make the save. Maybe one last attack as this one kind of in an awkward spot. Garrett doesn't have a ton of boost. Gyro, I think looking for the kill. Maybe not. Maybe AJ wants it. Maybe AJ wants to go. And he does find the pinch. Unfortunately, too strong for Knight. Gyro's there, still alive, coming through the corner. Into second time. Zeros across the board. Demos are coming out, but it finally drops down. Overtime number 3.
This is about as close as any match can possibly be. And this time around, it's no scoring from either team. A couple solid opportunities actually from both squads to end the game. Maybe none better than AJ's chance there that Wavy was able to save late. And by the TSM decal are going to find themselves on defense quickly. Knight a soft touch. He wants AJ to finish it off instead of taking the immediate shot. And they are not able to. They get denied. Gyro, his dribble, heads to the corner as Garrett G looks to clear it out. Can he get another follow-up? He does. He pins it to the ceiling and down, but Gyro first to the ball. Nobody from the TSM decal able to finish it off for him. As this heads clean back to the blue half, Garrett has a pre-jumping defender in Knight. The other defender is demoed. If Garrett can get past this one or even drop it down to LJ, could be a great chance. LJ shoots it to the backboard, and LJ has a couple different chances, I think, so far this game, but hasn't been able to put him on target.
AJ up quickly for this one, drops it down, top shelf. The Peeps up 2-1 in the series now as they finally get their offense to connect, and it's off the pinch from Gyro. AJ run it all the way, and the Peeps take the series lead.
Was it off the pinch from LJ? I thought it might have been, but either way, it's an unfortunate ending for LJ, who might have had an open net there, and I think he was rushing back, and he saw the ball in the back wall. It looked like he was trying to clear it. It looked like Gyro was actually just going in for a bump on LJ, and LJ ended up pinching it up, making it available for AJ, which is, a tough break. Tough break for by the TSM decal. A couple overtimes. It's going really tight, but the Peeps and Gyro, they're going to take the 2-1 series lead.
Yeah, big for the Peeps, especially after game 2. It really felt like they were starting to play more and more defense, right? It felt like, TSM decal figured them out a little bit more as far as controlling the pace of play. Didn't let Peeps, I think, play a little bit more of that high-octane gameplay that we were seeing earlier. So for the Peeps to bounce back, especially in overtime, it's good for them now on match point. An opportunity to end this series. But they're going to have to go through LJ, who is dunking it towards their net in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, he outplayed just about everybody, but unfortunately, there was no follow-up from his squad. I think Garrett was going to be running ahead for a demo. Wavy a little bit safer back, and LJ actually had a really crucial early block there because his team is in trouble. Wow. In fact, Knight is still going to score, and we have seen the Peeps score early. I mean, I guess except for game 3 when nobody scored at all. But if there has been an early goal, it's been for the Peeps.
Knight with the demo. Let that one kind of rock in as the defender was there, but good demo coming out for the Peeps, and a quick 1-0. We really haven't seen, have we seen a 2-goal lead yet? I don't even know if we have. Maybe we did early on in game 1, but they were able to tie things up. It might have been 3-1. But regardless, we haven't seen massive leads build. The Peeps scoring so early is a good sign, but here comes Garrett G, drops it down. Somehow Gyro makes the save. I don't know where he came from. It was slow from Garrett G either way. And the Peeps looking to double up.
If I'm by the TSM decals coach, which of course it doesn't exist because it is just a pickup team, I am looking at those moments off the kickoff because, again, the peeps, ooh, Wavy, almost a double, should be able to fit away. LJ went flying past the ball. I don't know if he was expecting a touch or not. Maybe trying to win a 50, but it does seem like maybe this attack could be over. Still trying to play physical. Wavy, yeah, it will send the other way. But as I was saying, I think by the TSM decal, I mean, it's in the first 30 seconds after a kickoff in which they've struggled the most.
Those kickoffs always so important. Whether you're playing the regular Rocket League mode or the bounty mode that we were playing earlier with our amateurs. Gyro just rumbling through the midfield here. Wavy picks it up by the TSM decal, trying to get their offense going. We've seen a couple games where it's really been a very slow game from them. And now this one off the post from Knight. It's a 2-goal lead for the Peeps, and they're looking to end this series.
A rare 2-goal lead, and what placement from Knight. LJ has pre-jumped it, and he has covered just about the entirety of the net by closing the distance between the two of them, but apparently not the whole net, because if he gets the post on the near post, he can get it, find a way to get it in. It's just an absurd read from Knight, and perfect placement to give themselves a 2-goal lead. And can we see the first 3-goal lead? Garrett was trying to erase it back down to 1 as he keeps this ball pinned in the orange half. Knights looking for Gyro. I'm not sure Gyro's going to be able to make too much magic happen, but actually a pass back to AJ. AJ to the back wall, follow-up denied by Garrett G. Knight has an opportunity with defenders on the ground, but Wavy does well to get up underneath it and clear it out.
Coming up on halftime. LJ, well, that would have been a crazy shot. Didn't come back towards him. Here's Wavy. Picks it up himself, calling his own number, and as soon as he got the flip reset, it was shut down. AJ jumping in front of LJ's setup. Garrett G wants a monster clear from his corner, and he gets it. The Peeps all over. Great block from Knight again. Not letting TSM decal getting any momentum in this game. I don't want to call them TSM. You know, they're not TSM. You know, it's kind of weird. Gyro. Now Knight. Demos came out. Some space here in front of the net. Knight just dropping it above the net as Gyro and AJ trying to solve the puzzle that is the TSM defense. Good pop as no one was able to follow it up, and LJ's happy to clear this one into the corner, at least for the moment, but it's Gyro who gets the block, the drop down from AJ. Knight patiently waiting to see what Wavy gives him. Here comes LJ. Goes high, gets the bump. LJ trying to get 2. And is not able to as the Peeps get the clear.
Yeah, very interesting decision making there from Knight. I think maybe playing the fact that they're up 2, there was probably a chance as last back to be a bit aggressive, but when you're up 2-0, you don't need to be aggressive. You just need to keep that ball in front of you, which is what he did. It led to a pretty tough situation, but his team rotated back and helped him out in making that save, and will maintain the 2-0 lead for his squad as AJ turning back on the ball. Can't beat LJ in the corner as LJ has another to beat, and now a breakout for Wavy. He's got 1 left, and he just barely gets it off the post and in.
Okay, so a minute left on the clock. The TSM decal team able to put one away, and you know, hey, with the way these games have been going, Fear, you know this one's going to somehow find its way into overtime, and we might see it here from TSM decal. Let's see how this kickoff goes for him. It seems to be a pretty standard kickoff. Came right back out to Wavy, which maybe TSM decal team wanted. LJ gets the dunk to the backboard. Awkward ball. Nobody from the Peeps knew what was going to happen. Wavy trying to buy time, and he does. LJ doesn't get the block. AJ, tough angle, almost found it. And everyone went for the Peeps. Knight has to get back now. It's Garrett G going for goal. And ultimately, well wide.
Knight able to make that clear. Couldn't get the follow-up on the reset, though. Prevent Wavy from getting a touch. Garrett, soft touch. LJ rushing in from behind. Really strong double off the back wall. Actually, more than even his team can handle. As a pass from Wavy to LJ, trying to find Garrett. LJ couldn't get ahead of the play to get the demo in time to open up a bit of space. It's 10 seconds now. 4 by the TSM decal. If they don't score here, you don't have to buy the TSM decal. Garrett saving on the goal line. AJ, he just needs to hit this to the ground. He's got all of the by the TSM decal players to beat, and they only guide it into another part of the ground. So the Peeps with, I believe, the reverse sweep as well, right? And didn't need overtime this time.
You know, they Well, they only gave him one game, so it's not the reverse sweep, but, you know, a little, what's that called?
Sure, yeah, you're right.
The space.
The gentleman's sweep, I should say.
Yeah, the gentleman's sweep. But for Peeps, yeah, this was good. Really good looks at the end of this game. Got the offense going, but most importantly, stopped the offense. A TSM decal. So that means that the amateurs, which I don't remember who's on which team, but the amateurs on the Peeps are also walking away with some money thanks to their pro players winning that show match. So the end of that series goes to the Peeps. Congratulations. Take a look at the scoreboard here in Game 4. 3-1 is the score in this game, and 3-1 is the score in this series, as TSM Decal just couldn't get the job done.
They couldn't, but shout out, I have the names up here. FS Braden playing along with AJ, congratulations. And then it was Etro that was playing with Knight, and then Saint Dopey, who I believe was from Chief Beef's chat, playing with Gyro. They're coming out with what I understand, according to the format I'm reading here, is $1,000 each for them. Could be 500, but if so, they need to come fix this format that I'm reading. Otherwise, I'm going to keep advertising that it's a $6,000 show match. But a huge win, and probably their whole squad is going to be in the upper half of the bracket. I think last time we ran one of these, we maybe weren't able to see the final results. Well, maybe we'll be able to get that to see that tonight in terms of the prize money made from all of them. But huge day from everybody, and always a great time at the Carry Tax Invitational.
Yeah, I do believe we have rankings to see how much money everyone made tonight. So let's go ahead and get that up on the screen if it is ready. No, it's not ready. Okay, we still have our best scientists on it to figure out the exact arithmetic we needed to add up everything here. It is a lot, so I understand. But we will have a rankings graphic just in a second here to show you how much money our amateurs made, because it really will put in perspective how much money was made between the 2v2 matches that our amateurs did, and of course adding in that money from the show match as well. It's pretty impressive. And I don't know, Fear, if we have the actual totals, like, record, right? I was it like 4,000 or 5,000 maybe is the highest we've seen for, like, the entirety of a night, not just a single game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll need to write it down. I'm not sure. I know we have the single game record in our logs here. Maybe Repeat has it as well, but it'll definitely be worth watching out for. If we see 5,000, have we seen 5,000?
It's close to it. I know we've seen at least 4. I know we've seen at least 4 with obviously the show match prize pool added into that. But either way, it's a lot of money, and you'll see here in just a second when it's ready the amount of money that some of our amateurs are going home with. And of course, this isn't just money for the amateurs. It's the Carry Tax Invitational after all, so some of that will be going to the pro players, of course, from the show match and their work in the 2v2 games as well.
Yeah, and I see a couple people in the chat doing an exclamation point repeat, which is exactly what you should be doing after watching this event and hearing about all the money going this that way and the other. If you haven't decided to check out repeat, then you better. And in fact, here, look at the season 14 launch cup is going on right now. It's a partnership with Rocket League with a $10,000 prize pool, and you can enter now. There's not just this, there's also the Carry Tax Invitational ones going on. There's also a ton of other prize pools. You might have seen the graphic earlier. They're giving away $20,000. I think it says every month maybe in prizes. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's not just this show, it's also a ton going on over on repeat.gg. I think exclamation point repeat and exclamation point CTI. There's a ton of different ways to get there. So do that and make sure to check them out.
Yeah, it's really awesome. If you're confused, there's more than just the Carry Tax Invitational. There's more than just the Launch Cup happening on that repeat site for Rocket League stuff. So if you want to get involved and have so many ways to earn some extra money at any rank, you want to go to the repeat site. They have done a great job to incorporate themselves into the community, running not only these Carry Tax Invitational events, but also partnering with Rocket League itself to put on the Launch Cup. There you go, $20,000 in Rocket League tournaments every single month. Do you know how much money that is per year? You could have all of it. Well, probably not all of it, but you could have a lot of it. And it's worth doing. So exclamation point repeat in the chat. You can check out all the leaderboards that they have and compete in them at any rank. Remember, you don't have to be as good as me, which is very good. Just kidding, I'm not that great. But you don't have to be great to make a lot of money. You could be average and still have the opportunity. That's the great thing about repeat is they cater to everyone. So go ahead and check it out. It's worth your time.
Yeah, you don't have to play a ton either. It doesn't work like a regular tournament in which you're winning to advance. You get to go play ranked like you normally do, and it actually just takes your best 10 ranked games. So, you know, it's not like the people who just play all day, every single day are going to be guaranteed to win. You can just play 10, have a couple good 10. You can always replace one of your better games whenever you have one. So it's very easy to play on repeat, and it's set up in a way that truly everybody can get involved. So no reason not to.
Yeah, no reason not to, just for that. And of course, we'll say it one more time, you're able to qualify for Carry Tax Invitationals going forward as well, which is a big deal because then you don't have to fight people to get through on the chat. 'Cause we only take 2 of you from chat. So you could be one of the 4 people that come through the Carry Tax Invitational qualifiers. It's worth your time. Definitely want to check it out. Okay, I'm getting word that they have been working on the map throughout the time talking. I think they might have it done. So there you go. Team LJ coming. Is that right? Team LJ 2740. Is that total? Is that total through the games without the extra show match? Because he got 2200
show match.
What's that? Okay, this is totals without the show match. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so he would be pushed into about 3,000, right? Oh no.
Well, not LJ.
No, they're not LJ. They didn't win.
Yeah,
Just
look
kidding.
at Knight.
I'm
So Knight, AJ, Gyro. Right now, they're technically in 2nd, 4th, and 5th. But if you add 1,000 to all of them, they would all become 1st, 2nd, 3rd, which has always been the case. You know, even though they didn't have the best runs, winning that show match is huge. It pretty much pulls all those pros and amateurs into the top half. Although it is pretty close. You know, we talk about Team LJ and Team Garrett, who are actually on the losing end of the show match, still coming away with, you know, just as much. Even Team AJ and Gyro only had a couple hundred more, including that show match of bounty. So it's a pretty well-rounded win today for everybody who played, which from our perspective is great.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, even without the show match tally in there, $2,700, all the way down to $1,700 for 2 games of Rocket League. No overtimes, only 5 minutes on the clock, playing a bounties mode. That's a lot of money. So shout out to Team Wavy, shout out all the way up to Team LJ, showing up, putting on a show for us, and earning a ton of money. You got to be happy with that, Fear. We've done this so many times. We've seen so much money go out the door. Give me your final thoughts on the day.
I mean, I always like to bring this up towards the end of the day because we focus on the money aspect of the Carry Tax Invitational and how awesome it is, and it really is. And Repeat does a ton of stuff in terms of their tournaments you can check out. But one of my favorite parts, too, about the Carry Tax Invitational, and we'll probably run at least a couple of the clips here, I think, at the end, is the fact that these are amateurs getting to play with pros, and these are great moments, and they'd probably do it for free, and I'd definitely do it for free to get an opportunity to play alongside these guys like a legend like Garrett G and have him specifically trying to make plays happen for me. I mean, it creates some awesome moments, and we get to see that a little bit because they are in comms the whole time. So I just always like to highlight that a little bit at the end. That is another cool part of these Carry Tax Invitationals.
Yeah, these Carry Tax Invitationals are awesome. So for everyone on camera, off camera, behind the scenes, our players, and of course our amateurs, and of course all of you watching at home, thank you so much for tuning in for the night. It's another Carry Tax Invitational done here for Fear and I. We're excited to see so many more. Go ahead and check out the Repeat site if you haven't already. Till next time, we'll see you at the next Carry Tax Invitational. Thanks for showing up.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he go? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio.
let's create moments from the games you love.
Come take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Enlist in the galaxy's elite fighting force. Work together to protect your future. Join the Hellriders, the galaxy's last line of offense.
PlayStation.